gorgeous Phoenix indeed.
That's right.
Bam. We are live.
Oh yeah.
I believe.
We're live.
I believe we are live.
Don't believe our lies.
We can pee in the sky.
Actually, I can right now, so let's get it.
Just a sprinkling of giant eagle urine pouring out of your cloaca upon the parched ground below.
Right.
My
That's
gosh.
right. Dion can pee in the sky right now.
I want to pee like an eagle.
You know, guys, I don't think I've ever seen a bird pee. I don't think it's ever happened.
Birds don't pee.
It's a mixture, right?
I was wondering if that was the
That
case.
white stuff is actually urine. It's actually like uric acid.
It's a
Okay.
The brown
concentrated
stuff is their poop. So
Oh.
Oh.
So the white stuff is their pee equivalent.
Sweet. What an unfortunate way to start the podcast.
or the best way to start the podcast.
Oh, what's up, everybody?
Hello. Mr. Jinxie finally gets to watch the show live for the first time over in Australia.
Oh wow.
Jason, you have to throw in like a David Attenborough intro for that.
The
all that
giant
pee stuff.
The giant eagle is a bird. It's giant.
Thud.
I don't think he's ever gonna die.
When he does, I hope it's epic.
Yeah.
I hope they got him on a mountain or some shit. And I don't hope he dies on a mountain. I want him to die in his bed.
On a mountain.
Like sleeping on the side of the mountain.
No, like peacefully, at rest, at peace.
On the top of Mount Everest.
This is Mount Doom.
I'm going to throw myself in.
It's the only way I can stop the pandemic.
I just, as he's dying on his deathbed, I want him to narrate exactly like how he's feeling, you know? And then say like, this is me signing out for the last time. Then he's gone.
Take care of my Earth for me. Oh.
My Earth.
Oh, yeah. Hey there, Great White Spark. Jedi. Apparently fire season's on rain delay, so Jedi's here. Awesome. Zykin, Eli, Mr. Wumbo, of course, Jinxie and Stratholm. Artist Zavros is here. Wow, guys. Thanks for tuning in for this sort of a weird time to do this stream. And it's going to be a little bit of a short one for Rated RPG. We're going to wrap around, 10 or so is the idea?
Yeah.
Because people got to go to bed. We're all adults and
Do you
stuff.
need your big thing of water?
Yeah, I would like it.
That thermos is the size of most of our heads.
It looks really small all the way over there, but
Like a speaker or something. That's some intense water usage.
thank you. It is a little smaller than my head, huh? Slightly. Thank you, Aaron.
You know the Colorado River is low.
I think he's suggesting you pee in it.
I'll deposit my uric acid into it.
Arden's Davros gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you, Arden.
Yes,
Cheers to that.
Davros.
Nice, Davros.
Oh, man.
Onion night.
This is going to be fun. We had some close scrapes last time, and we're still in the midst of scrape after scrape.
Yeah, there is a big scrape happening right now. In fact, you guys are. We did the thing you should never do in Dungeons and Dragons. We have split the party officially for the first time, I think.
Yeah, but for all the right reasons.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, our Hollyphant Lulu has been taken away by a hell wasp.
Yep.
And we need her because we can't find the location of the next thing without her.
It's true.
And if we don't do that, we won't get our property that we want in Baldur's Gate.
Which is what this is all about.
The whole mission is
This
about
is
that.
all about getting a house. But yeah, you're right. She was taken by Hellwasp, and boldly brave Sir Race the Roaster has decided to turn himself into a giant eagle and fly after the Hellwasp that has the Hollyphant Lulu in its clutches. and he is currently blasting off into the sky, chasing this wasp. It's just barely on the edge of his vision. It's very far away. And as you start to fly after it, you see that there is a number of perilous things in your way. There's different types of swarms of flying demons that are off in the distance. There's tumultuous roiling waves of like gases and vapors and fires. So you're just like, okay, I'm about to have to get real acrobatic up in here as the hell wasp is weaving between all these things as well on its way to wherever it's going.
Oh, I love it.
Meanwhile, the other group, you guys have your own predicament because a man on a giant flaming steed is currently shooting at you like a torpedo out of the sky. This guy, you have come to find out, is someone named Hariman, a fallen paladin or knight who went into Avernus with Zariel and went ahead and fell along with her. Decided, you know what, if she's going to go and become a devil, I'm going to go and become a devil too. So he joined her, and she's like one of his right-hand men. And this is his hill that you guys are, fucking with. Because you guys actually went ahead and destroyed one of the people he was tormenting, remember?
Destroyed or saved, depending on your...
Yeah. Well, you pulled him off the tree, and he like turned into dust, and you could see his spirit actually ascending and escaping hell and going up, presumably into heaven.
He was cooked. He needed to, he was going to get burnt.
Let's watch that ended.
We were just trying to,
But anyway, so Hariman is coming at you lightning speed, and you guys are standing right at your infernal war machines, getting ready to pile in and do whatever it is you're gonna do. I don't know.
Now, Glubjeg's got to drive this thing.
Yeah.
Because he's got the good land vehicle situation. Koslow is going to get in the back on the harpoon. I will run the harpoon.
And you're my gunner.
The Bobby is down to 10 hit points.
Ooh. Yeah.
Are you on the gorgeous Devil's Ride?
I'm on the big devil motorcycle.
Okay. So you guys pile into your respective vehicles, races flying and racing through the air after this hell wasp, and we're just going to go ahead and just roll initiative and dive right in. All right. We're doing a chase scene, a double chase scene.
Oh.
Make sure you select your token.
Are we on the map? Oh yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
You're just tiny.
Just a weird little... Well, I gotta talk like a bird.
I decided to clear all the list, everything, but I'll add you back in there, Brad, since I saw you managed to roll right before I cleared it.
Yeah, unless you want me to roll better.
Whoa, Jason.
9. There you go.
No, that was a pigeon.
Oh, nice job there, Koslow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice job.
close.
I pulled off a natural 20.
About the best eagle I think I'm gonna get.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll initiative once for Mr. Hariman here.
Did you roll it for me?
Oh, I can do that.
His name is going to look kind of weird in
I'm to the left because I'm
in initiative.
by the chase.
Why did I just roll an intelligence?
Natural one. Oh.
Yeah, I just roll an intelligence.
Oh, come on.
Save.
Your initiative is 4.
Apparently it's 1.
Oh, it's even worse. 1.1. Excellent.
All right. So he is going to be going last, which is going to be really good for you guys.
That's really great. How the hell do we get away from him and out of here?
We gotta play on Thursdays. That's what the good rolls are.
Where is Race?
Race is far off to the left.
Oh, you just saw me, right?
Oh, there
on top
you
of Emery's head.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Isn't the eagle supposed to be coming over to grab us and fly us away from
You're thinking of Lord of the Rings?
Saruman? Oh wait, no, that was Gandalf and Saruman. Okay, never mind. Okay.
I think of Lord of the Rings all the time too, so
Right.
I forgive
You were
you.
able to log in as yourself,
It's
right?
especially confusing now that he's an eagle.
Yeah, I logged in on myself, but it was on the incognito.
Yeah, that's your.
Okay.
Race it.
I seem to click your token.
Oh, how about this? Maybe because I'm in on my browser. Let me get my black ass.
Oh,
off
you
of that.
can't click on his token because I haven't given you permission to do that. So I need to do that right now.
Well, but we have it open in 2 different accounts.
Oh,
We think.
weird.
I mean, it's gonna be a
Brad.
suspicious evening.
At this point, actually, Brad, Aaron, you're the only one who doesn't have permission to move Dion's character around.
Well, that's how it's going to be.
I've had to add permission to everybody but you at this point.
I get it. I see.
All right, can you move him around now, Brad?
Just get a little initiative.
Oh, yeah, you might be able to not move
There
him
we go.
because you're an initiative.
Hey, bam. Give me something good. Better than a 1.
A 19? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are going to be going first. Well, we're actually going to start with Koslow.
Hey.
Yeah. So just quick like rehash of how this is all working here. So you guys are mainly, you're just going to be controlling the Tormentor, the Devil's Ride, and then for you can control your own token, Dion, and then the Eagle is just there so that I can quickly reference its stats whenever I need to, and then each square between you guys actually is going to represent 10 feet of distance. And I'm gonna be basically moving you guys back and forth depending on how far ahead or behind you get in this chase. So you guys really shouldn't have to worry about moving anything. You should, just say what you do and I'll kind of move everything. But just so you know, each square is 10 feet of distance. So we are starting you guys off. You're 120 feet ahead of Hariman. And Race, you're 200 feet away from the wasp. And it starts with Koslow.
How convenient that we're 120 feet away from him, because that's the range of call lightning.
All right.
I say the magic words and move my hands in mysterious ways, and a storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder above old Hariman and his nightmare.
Yup.
And then I strike him down with great vengeance.
Okay.
At least I try. I'm going to try to hit his nightmare, actually.
Strike me down, baby. Well, it's an area of effect, right?
Oh, yeah.
So everything in the area is going to need to make a dex save, so including the nightmare. Pretty sure.
So, like, are we going to fight him?
I'm just trying to
Radius.
take out his horse.
Yeah, each creature within 5
idea.
feet of the strike has to make a dex save. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll that. So you got some really good damage on that roll.
Yeah, 3d10.
All right,
That's right, Stump. It's Thursday. It's rated RPG time.
dexterity saving.
Also, I took a picture of something. I'm going to send it. I'm going to put it in Discord.
That's a fail. And then he himself, dexterity. Oops, ignore that roll. Ignore it. That was a good roll. 20. That was even better.
That's
all
fine.
right. So he is not immune, so he actually does take the damage, and so does.
Oh, what a shitty damage roll. 11.
Oh, balls.
Oh, well.
No, you don't. I think you already rolled the damage. You got
Did I?
23.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Remember?
Oh, yeah. There it is
Oh,
up at the top of the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You already rolled it
Yeah.
automatically for you. Way better than that other roll. Okay, Nightmare also not resistant, so it is going to take that full damage. It's pretty good. Now, does he have any sort of way to negate any damage to his mount, which is that's a pretty cool thing. Mounted people usually have something like that, but I'm not seeing anything. So he just is going to take the damage, the Nightmare.
Yeah.
And
So here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Uh-huh.
When you're ready, I'll tell you.
I'm ready.
So Koslow casts Call Lightning, but the plan is I'll just maintain concentration on Call Lightning, hopefully.
Sure.
And then I'll be able to use that on each of my turns to call lightning down. I can target a different point. Right?
Unfortunately,
It
so
stays-
the very beginning of the spell says a storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that's 10 feet tall and 60 with a 60-foot radius.
Right.
So it's a 120-foot cloud.
Right. So he's on the. I want to make it so that he's on the far edge of that.
Gotcha.
And so that if his movement brings him further than 120 feet, he'll be out of the storm. But while he's in that space, I'll be able to strike him, and then I can use a bonus action, right? Isn't that it? A bonus? I can use my action. To call. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll keep doing that, and then once that's out, then I'll use the harpoon.
As long as he's in that cloud, you can do that with your action.
All right.
Great job. Now I'm going to need you to roll a d20 for me.
Me?
Yes. Because this is the chase rules, baby.
Uh-oh.
Oh, an 11. Something, I believe, happens. Let's take a look.
Candy. Everyone gets a candy.
Nothing happens.
Hey!
You got the lowest number possible for nothing to
It's
happen.
basically better than candy.
Yeah.
All right, Race, this is good for you. So you start on your flight, and it's clear skies for now. So what do you do?
I'll just straight line it unless there's something I gotta dodge. I assume not.
Nope, it's clear for now.
We're just beaking it.
All right. So you can dash a number of times equal to 3 plus your Constitution modifier without having to make any sort of rolls. Do you want to dash?
Yeah. hell
Okay.
yes.
So that is going to bring you... What's your movement speed here?
80 flight speed.
80 feet? Okay. So I'm going to move you 80 feet. Okay. So you actually moved 160 feet, but each one of these squares I'm counting as 10 feet. So I moved you 80 feet up. All right. There you go. And then roll a d20 for me.
Brad, my life is in your hands, baby.
Right on.
Now, this is actually going to apply to Bobby because the Hell Wasp is immune to complications in this chase.
A 9.
A 9. Okay.
I'm just sorry.
Yeah, so this is a little bit of a one-sided chase as far as these complications go. Both of these enemies are immune to the effects of the chase as far as like the negative things that can happen because it's his domain. He has control over all the effects and everything like that.
It's like a librarian in a library. They don't have to.
They can be loud, but you're quiet.
Yeah.
But yeah, they know where all the ladders are.
It's mainly because I definitely want an element of randomness in this, but I don't want it so random that something ridiculous could happen. And I would rather it be kind of like a set. You have like this many turns in order to catch up, otherwise, or get away, otherwise bad will happen.
Are you talking about like a vehicle full with killers, like shrinking and crashing?
Kind of like that, yeah. All right, so you rolled a 9, so that means on Bobby's turn, we're going to deal with that 9. For now, the Hell Wasp is just going to dash, and it is slower than you. So it is only 60 feet, so it puts you 60 feet back. I'm just going to move you 60 feet back. So you have caught up by about, 40 feet overall? So
I think that sounds right. Yeah.
in 5 turns of you just dashing, provided nothing bad happens, you will catch up.
Provided.
Yeah. All right, so that's the Hell Wasp. Now, to Bobby, something bad happens.
What?
You got a 9. Okay. All right.
Snuggles.
So you sort of like get into your motorcycle and turn it on. And you take a look at what's coming, what's ahead of you.
Yeah.
And you see that derelict infernal war machines dot the landscape ahead of you, rusted beyond repair and half buried in the dust. If the vehicle uses the dash action this turn, the driver must succeed on a DC 10 Dex check using the vehicle's dexterity or crash into one of the infernal war machines.
The vehicle's dexterity.
Yes, which actually is pretty good on that vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, where do I have that now? I don't remember.
It's in your journal, Gorgeous Devil's Ride.
Oh, yeah. Right. Gorgeous Devil's Ride. Okay.
So this is only if you take a dash. You can be cautious and just move your normal movement and then do something else, with your action. But if you want to dash and get extra far ahead, you're going to run the risk of crashing. Does that make sense?
Can he only do like one dash?
So you guys can dash in this chase a number of times equal to 3 plus your vehicle's Constitution modifier.
And so the Devil's Ride, if I remember correctly, only has one dash.
It's got a minimum of 3 because it's 3 plus con. Plus, you can continue to dash after that. The vehicle has to make Constitution saving throws. Every time.
You go on the character sheet there.
Yeah.
You?
What?
Did you see it? If you go in that.
Here,
Go. Yeah, right there.
There we go. Okay, now I can see everything. It's like, I have to get my brain to do things, and that's hard.
It is, definitely.
I know.
I need to remember to alt tab over to the player screen every once in a while because I feel like sometimes it doesn't catch it up until I alt tab over to it. I gotta be a little frustrating to people watching, so I'm sorry about that.
Cool.
All right, so what are you doing to Bobby? You're on your motorcycle.
Oh, it's me already?
It's been you this whole time.
Great. So, yeah, how close is he to me at this point?
He's still 120 feet back. You just saw Koslow call down a lightning strike.
And he's in a stormy situation.
Yes.
Right. So I'm probably just going to try to get close to these guys. Have they started driving?
You're literally right next to them. They haven't started
together.
You guys haven't started yet.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to start driving. I'm not going to dash. Obviously, that'd be a bit risky. Can I start driving the motorcycle and drink a health potion?
It's going to be it's a move action to pull out the potion because you don't have it in your hand already.
Right.
So you could put it in your hand and drive, but you can't drink it this turn.
Right. Okay. Let me just see if I've got it. Maybe I'm gonna need a lot of healing, so maybe I can heal myself a little bit first.
If you have a healing spell, you can totally do that.
Yeah, I do. I've got cure wounds.
Okay.
So I think I'm just gonna do that. That's probably better than the healing potion anyway, is it?
It's a little bit better usually, on average, I think.
Okay.
About the same.
Cool. I could use a 2nd level spell slot. I think that would be good, considering that I have 2 left. So yeah, I'm gonna use 1 2nd level spell slot to heal myself and drive.
That's a really good idea. As you've been driving around in Avernus for a while, you have seen the occasional massive fire tornado that you're like, if I had to barrel into that at high speed, that would probably hurt. Okay, yeah, you say the magical words. Actually, you're an artificer, so you probably have some sort of injection device or something. You pull out your wrench and a little needle pops out the side of it, and you just stick it in your neck and press a button, and you just feel this rush of drugs enter your system.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. Then you turn on your motorcycle and drive away.
I look like a badass. Injecting myself with drugs and flooring my motorcycle. Can I do a safe wheelie on the way out?
A safe wheelie?
Yes. You can do a safe wheelie, sure. Actually, your Devil's Ride has the ability to do a stunt. On its turn, you can spend 10 feet of movement to perform 1 free vehicle stunt, such as a wheelie or a burnout.
Yes. But I'm not going to do an official stunt. I'm just going to do
You're going to do a little stunt that doesn't cost you anything.
I'm going to do a little, how when you don't really know how to do a wheelie and you start riding a bike, but you just kind of go, like that,
Right.
To pretend.
Okay. So we're not going to actually use the stunt rules.
No, let's not do that right now.
Okay.
That seems very foolish.
Gotcha. So you have 120 feet speed. So even with just a move, without even having to dash, you double your distance.
Great.
Wow, this map somehow still isn't big enough for these vast distances that you guys travel. So I'm gonna sort of like move you guys back a little bit, and then I'm gonna move you forward a bit. Moving you 60 feet because once again everything's actually 10 feet. So there we go. Bobby's out way ahead of you guys, fully healed, or not fully healed, but much more healed than before. Now roll a d20, Aaron, at the end of your turn.
Okay. 11. Yeah, let's hope.
Ooh, a 3! Oh, Glubjeg. Glubjeg. Okay. So,
Thanks a lot.
Oops, I guess.
do you guys remember when I mentioned something about a fire tornado?
I can't recall.
Vaguely. Oh no.
It's time to juke.
So, Glubjeg, you just turned the vehicle on when all of a sudden you're not sure if it's Hariman who did this or if it was just a freak weather event, but the wind picks up all around you and you begin to sweat profusely as you realize that not only are you in the middle of a tornado, but it's on fire. So you try to boost your way out of there as fast as possible. However, I am going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw with the vehicle. So you get to add your proficiency bonus because you're proficient in land vehicles, but you're using the vehicle's dexterity bonus.
I got a good feeling.
So the vehicle's dexterity bonus is a +2. Not bad.
What's
Should I roll
its
from the
dexterity?
vehicle or?
Yeah, you can just roll from the vehicle and then add your proficiency bonus to whatever you get. That's probably the best way to do it. Does anyone want to pass him a inspiration? Does anybody have inspiration left over from previous sessions?
Pretty sure I was given one for being a shrinking badass. Yep, I've got
you
one.
were.
Okay,
Need
so do you want to give him that? Do you want to use it?
I don't,
All right,
I
thank
don't
you.
want any trouble.
This is probably the worst thing on the lists.
Okay, great. There it is. I rolled it, so it's only right.
+2 to that.
Oh, dude, you didn't even need it because you passed that with flying colors. Nice work. So if you pass, you actually made it out of the tornado before it fully formed. And as you kind of look behind you as you're driving away, you see Hariman just plow right into it and emerge completely unscathed, coming still straight at you.
I did that too.
Yeah. Let's see what happens when his horse shrinks.
Do you dash with your vehicle, or what do you do with your action?
Yes, I will dash.
Okay. Dashing, and the Tormentor has a speed of 60, so dashing puts you right back up there with Dababi. Okay. Good job, Glubjeg. Go ahead and roll a d20 at the end of your turn. This is going to apply to Koslow. 14. All right, so Koslow, nothing bad happens to you.
Oh, that's great.
Great White Spark says Glubjig had an inspiration for the bug zapper joke. But I don't know if he used it yet.
Maybe.
I didn't have it marked on my sheet, but
So you never used it.
okay, so you get yours back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, so Hariman spends his turn galloping through the air on his nightmarish steed. And when it's all said and done, he ends up 120 feet behind you again, just like last turn. So nobody has managed to squeak by an edge here in the chase.
How far into the lightning cloud?
He is just on the edge, so you can hit him one more time.
Okay, I'll hit him one more time.
Hit him, baby, one more time.
Yeah, Brittany, free Brittany, you know. Did I do it?
Not much has changed. However, just keep in mind that every round that you guys escape Hariman, the further away you get from his hill, you think that's probably a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Good.
All right, Koslow, it is your turn.
I
sir.
just rolled for Call Lightning.
Look at you.
So there's 21 points of damage if they don't save.
All right, I'll roll the nightmare first. Nightmare gets a 14.
DC 14.
All right,
So he makes it.
Passes. Hariman 15.
Also passes.
All right, so they're taking 10 each. Okay. And then they manage to get out of your cloud. Doing anything else with your turn?
I am not gonna do anything else right now. No.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, you see Koslow as the winds are whipping his hair around and everything. He raises his staff into the air and starts chanting, and like his voice sounds deep and thunderous as another bolt of lightning streaks down from the cloud he conjured. And then roll a d20.
Oh boy. Here we go.
This is for race.
Here you go, race.
I believe.
4.
Uh-oh.
I think that's good, right?
Yeah, it's better than 3.
It's better than 3.
Numerically.
Everything's better than 3. All right.
A shitstorm comes.
You're not able to step out of the way of the shitstorm.
Close, actually. A swirling cloud of dust suddenly envelops you, Race. Yeah, you can't see anything. It's getting in your mouth and it's making your wings heavy. You are going to need to... Well, you're actually blinded. That's all it is. You're just blinded. There's no save.
You just fucked. It's fine.
All right, so I'm going to have to say that this is going to give you a chance to be slowed down. Because blinding won't really have much of an effect in this particular scenario. But there's a chance that you might lose where the Hell Wasp sort of went, which would slow you down in your pursuit of it. So I want you to go ahead and make me a... Let's just say, like, make a Dex saving throw.
Bam.
And we'll use a DC of... Let's see. 15 is what most of the saving throws are.
Click that.
Oh, let me click it.
Hey, you did it! All right. So, despite the fact that the dust gets in your eyes, you manage to keep them open just long enough to see which way the wasp went, and it doesn't slow you down in your turn.
Thank goodness.
All right. So, are you going to dash again?
I'm dashing, baby.
Dashing. All right. Dashing through the snow.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. So, right now, you're like basically right on top of it, but it's going to have another turn before you can do anything. Okay. Speaking of another turn, it's going to go, it dashes, it gets 60 feet ahead of you. All right. Please roll a d20 for D Bobby.
Not me.
He's about to roll a big one. Oh, I'm about to roll a big one. So much. I'm gonna go to the car.
What did I miss? Oh, okay.
Good things you missed. Oh, well.
Wow.
You see what had
I think I need a beer.
All right. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but before I was using 2 different tables, and I had a really weird way of figuring out how to use them. I simplified it. So I'm just using the default table, except for a 1 or a 2, instead of it being a random monster sees you, and now the DM has to add a monster to the chase, which I would never ever want to do. Instead, I now have you re-roll, but on the much worse table when you roll a 1 or a 2. So I'm going to need another d20.
Oh, all right.
If you get a 16 or higher, re-roll it.
16? No, I clicked the wrong button. That ain't a 16 at all. Right?
What? If he rolls a 20, does that mean nothing happens and I'm fine?
Freedom?
No.
That's not freedom. That's
Fine.
Okay.
pain.
All right.
Great, we're gonna learn what all this shit is.
Yay!
So the Hell Wasp swoops down very low to the ground and goes into a series of sort of like underground caverns. And you have to dive. Oh, wait, no. This isn't you. This is me. This is you.
This is Bobby.
Sorry, I was way too focused on Dion. All right, my bad. So you guys are driving along in your tormentor, and you in your gorgeous
Devil's Ride.
Devil's Ride, and you're sort of leading the pack here. You're deciding where everybody goes, and you see what looks to be a pretty open flat sort of area. So you sort of make a turn, start heading in that direction to Bobby. And unfortunately, you realize once you sort of cross the point of no return that the reason why it looks so flat and open is because you're actually driving into bubbling tar pits.
Oh shit, the Bobby, you son of a bitch!
It looks so nice.
So your tires are about to go into the tar pits, and you have to make a dexterity check again using the
bike.
The bike.
The bike's got a great dexterity.
Come on, baby. And you got inspiration.
Oh, I think he just used it, or you used your
No,
own?
I didn't.
Okay.
But
You get the plus
the
4 on
bike
that
has
dex.
an 18 dex. I mean,
Sheesh.
should I use inspiration? Do I
Up to you.
I don't. How confident you feel about your luck right now? Because mine is Basur.
Yeah. Why not just use it and pray I get another one someday?
I'll give you mine.
I got it. I'll use mine. Where'd it go? What's happening?
It's on your core page.
I'm
There
on
you
my
go.
spells page. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Dexterity check.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you needed it too. You needed that inspiration.
Thank God.
Yeah, you used it? Okay.
Yeah.
You did need it. If you had failed that, do you want to know what happened?
Yes. I mean, not really, but yes.
Your vehicle would have become restrained, unable to move, and you would have needed to, at the start of your next turn, make a DC 15 strength check using the vehicle's strength to free it. Which sounds very, very, very difficult.
That
And
sounds absolutely terrifying.
Hariman would have definitely caught up to you.
Yep.
All right, so
Oh my god, another incredibly narrow escape.
you have your action and your movement. So what would you like to do with them?
Get the fuck away.
So you're gonna dash?
Well, can I now without being unsafe?
Yep. You avoided the tar pits.
All right, let's move. Get me out of here.
Okay, so you guys see Bobby just leave you in the freaking dust as he goes 120 feet.
Before I drive away, I go meep meep.
He actually goes 240 feet because he's
Holy
dashing, so he is way ahead of you.
Yeah.
Looking for the next pit to fall into.
He's not even going to be on the screen for the people watching because he's that far ahead.
Yeah, you're the Roadrunner. Our vehicle's more like the Tasmanian devil. We're like,
All right, did Bobby roll a d20 for Glubjag?
Okay, here comes a good
something
one.
good.
Get
Can't
ready
be
for
worse
the
than-
best
Oh,
roll
yeah.
ever.
Here it is.
And
Yay. Hey, it was a 12 for a second.
no, that is a bad thing.
least
Oh,
bad,
what?
hopefully.
Okay. So,
worst.
Glubjag, you sort of see Bobby go ahead and make the turn, and you see him sort of like make a really violent like turn that almost sends him flying off his bike, and you realize like, oh shit, there's something dangerous that way. So you decide to go the other way, and it's a little bit rocky, but you're like feeling pretty good until all of a sudden the ground underneath your vehicle just goes away. And you feel the vehicle start to turn and begin to potentially start rolling. So your instincts and training as a driver kicks in, and you try to spin the wheel, like counter to it to correct it. And I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw using the vehicle dex plus your proficiency.
Good,
right.
good luck, Glubjig. Oh fuck!
That would be +2, 11.
Okay. Thank God for that +2. Wow, guys. This is why you take proficiency land vehicles.
Yeah, it came in handy.
Wow.
So you are unable to prevent it from fully flipping, but you, being the badass driver you are, when it rolls over, you position it so that it lands back on its feet rather than
Yes.
landing on its upside down. And yeah, it's all good.
Oof.
Nobody is holding on to the outside of it, right?
No.
Nah.
Okay. Everybody's sitting in a spot. Okay. If anybody had been holding on to it, even if you pass the check, they would still potentially get thrown off the vehicle.
Yeah, it's like not wearing your seatbelt.
Exactly.
I just pulled a Han Solo maneuver there.
All right, are you going to be dashing, my friend?
Yeah. By the way, just out of curiosity, if I'm driving, can I take any other actions besides driving, or?
Yes, you can use your action to do whatever you want, but you only have one hand because one hand has to be on the controls.
Okay. Well, I think I'll just dash.
Sure. All right, so everybody keep a track how many times your vehicles have dashed because it will start to matter. All right, nice job, Glubjag. Go and roll a d20 for Koslow.
Roll. What is he supposed to roll? What's good to roll? What am I cheering for?
Higher.
You want to roll high.
Okay, roll high.
Big high.
Oh shit. 6.
Serious?
I'm not rolling well with those.
Yeah.
Skin of our teeth, baby.
Yeah. All right, so Hariman is just implacable with his advance. He remains 120 feet behind you. He is not catching up, though. It's so as long as you guys keep passing these like horrible saves that you have to make, you think you're going to get away from him. Hopefully, in just a few more rounds. Koslow, however,
because our vehicle has to roll twice every round.
Yeah.
yeah, DeBobby is probably okay. He's very fast on that little motorcycle, but the rest of you,
It's not little.
Not little.
okay. So, Koslow.
Yeah. Huh.
At the beginning of your turn, right after your vehicle has just rolled and corrected itself, and Glubjag like reaches his long bugbear hand to the back to get a high five. You look ahead and you notice that you're about to drive into a herd of some sort of devil. You're not sure what. It's like these horrible, lumpy, small-looking devils. And Glubjag is not even paying attention, looking for that high five, as you just smash right into them. So we're going to need a strength or dexterity check by the driver.
Okay.
Using the vehicle's strength or dexterity to plow through the herd unimpeded.
You got this.
By the way, the juke reaction says I can use it to take advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, now.
That's cool. I forgot that you can do that. But that's good to remember. That's really good to remember, in fact.
I'll use that.
All right, so you're doing well. This is a check, but you still passed it anyways. You're all
I
good.
should have just done dex.
You did.
Wait, I did use.
You did do dex, but that only applies to saving throws. It says this is a check, so there is a subtle but important difference. But
I still made it.
yeah, you made it. So
Best driver ever.
Top 5 dead or alive.
how do you do that like dexterously? Avoid plowing into a herd of
2 wheels right past
I
him.
use my body language.
I was imagining you spin it so that like it's only on like the left side of its wheels, you know, so you're not plowing into quite as many.
I did a little Tokyo drift.
Wait a minute. Couldn't you just use your horn? Just lay on the horn.
Oh, man.
That's what I did.
Okay, just use
You lay on the horn?
Yeah, just lay on the horn. Get out of the way, idiots.
Wonder what horns are like in hell. Is it like?
Would that get their attention, or would it be more like the screams of the innocents?
Yeah, maybe.
No, you press the horn and you just hear Ben Shapiro's voice. All right, so Koslow, it's your turn as bits of devils and demon body parts are flying all around you.
Delicious. Remember when you said you, as a DM, didn't want to add a whole bunch of monsters to the board?
Yes.
You're not going to like me for this, but
Are you looking at giant goats?
well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast Conjure Animals, and I'm going to use giant goats for this.
Okay.
Because I can get 4 giant goats.
Sure.
Because they're half challenge rating, and I want to position those giant goats so that Hariman and his steed, are they like close to the ground?
Yeah, I imagine they're, maybe like 5 feet above the ground.
Okay.
They're technically flying.
So if I put those giant goats close enough to him, he's going to move through their spaces and they'll each get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. That's fair. All right. I dig it.
All right. So,
Each get an attack. So you make a line of goats all just ready to headbutt him as he flies past.
a goatlet, if you will. He has to run the gauntlet.
Run the goatlet. Perfect.
And then after that, I don't know, give a fuck what happens to those goats, because they'll be just standing around waiting to go back to the Feywild.
All right, so Koslow, you stop concentrating on the storm cloud, which is now so
gone.
far away you can't barely even see it anymore. And then you chant the mystical words and you pull a few like bits of fuzz out of your beard and you throw them out, and they turn into large goats that land on the ground, completely defying the laws of physics and inertia, and get ready to create this goatlet. Now roll a d20 for race.
Big money. Big money.
15!
7. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Listen, I rolled a 1. I can't complain.
I think your rolls are whispered. I think.
What?
Oh, yeah,
it's-
you are
whispered to the
whispering
GM. Let me resolve that
funny.
problem. Okay. Sorry about that.
Right, yeah, he did roll 7. Sorry, you guys can't see it, but I see it, and he sees it.
I fixed that now.
All right, perfect. Let me see, a 7. Oh boy. So this is for race. Now I'm gonna have to.
Oh yeah, we're just going down the list.
Koslow, I might need you to teach me how to cast that spell.
You like goats, eh?
I really get into them.
Hey, these are giant goats. I hope you got the shovel.
Ooh. Okay. So this is a weird one. I'm gonna have to change the wording on it because it doesn't really work for a flying creature. But I can come up with some. Yeah. All right. So you have to pass race. You have to pass sort of like perilously close to a cliff in order to maintain sort of the curve that you need, because this thing is also curving real close to the cliff. And you can see little rocks and stuff sort of falling from it. And you're sort of having like dodge and weave. And one particularly large boulder starts coming right at you. So you got to make a dexterity saving throw.
You want to cue me up? All right. All the luck I didn't have. It just came back. Skadoosh!
Yeah! Nice. All right. Yeah, you at the last moment, you do a nice cool spin, corkscrew maneuver, and avoid the boulder. That would have hurt like a bitch.
Oh, it would have been terrible.
All right. So you're going to dash?
We dashing.
All right. Dashing. So that's going to put you technically ahead of it, which is good. This will mean you can actually make an attack of opportunity against it when it moves past you. Which it is about to do. So go ahead and make an attack of opportunity, sir.
Ooh, awesome. So I have multi-attack, which is like an attack with a beak, or how does this work?
You get to pick, with an attack of opportunity, you get to pick one of those attacks and make it once.
Talon's better.
Yeah, Talon is totally better.
See here.
+5 to hit. Reach is 5 feet.
All right, I got the 2d6 up. We'll just have to add 3 to it.
All right, here we go. Hey,
Nice.
I'll
11.
take it.
All right. What's the roll to hit?
It's +5 to hit.
+5. Okay.
You got it.
Oh yeah, we forgot to hit.
Oh shit! Oh, hit! Haha. Kids show. All of a sudden. All right, hit it.
So, oh yeah, that's
We'll
a hit
take it. We'll
for
take it.
11 points of damage. Nice.
That'll teach you to steal our Hollyphant.
They don't have any. Okay. All right, yeah, you rake it with your talons as you finally have managed to briefly, for a moment, catch up with it. And then it shoots ahead of you using its dash as well, so you both have dashed 3 times. To Bobby. Your turn. Oh yeah, thank you for that.
Good luck is finally back on our side. Ha!
Yeah,
11.
nice. Nothing happens. Why did you give me the shot glass, Aaron?
You'll see if we make it out of this alive.
Oh, okay. Well, luckily for you, nothing bad. So what does the Bobby do?
I'm continuing on my merry way.
Okay, and you're gonna dash.
Yes,
Alrighty.
as long as it feels safe to dash.
Yeah, it's pretty safe to dash. You are currently 120 feet ahead of the Tormentor, which is 120 feet ahead of Hariman. So you can put another 240 feet between you and Hariman by dashing. So that puts you 480 feet away from him, which you're pretty sure would put you
Would be enough.
close to out of danger, if not
Okay.
out of danger.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm one more dash.
All right. So yeah, you guys don't even see Bobby anymore as his little motorcycle just leaves you guys.
suckers!
Now roll a d20. This is for Glubjag.
Natural 20 coming up. Here we go.
Ooh.
Natural 8. Whoopsie.
Okay, Glubjag. Uneven ground threatens to slow your vehicle's progress. You must make a dexterity check, not a save, to navigate the area.
Very good.
We're hitting every red light, man.
21.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
Gracious me. You guys are rolling like crap for these like things happening, but then once you go to make the saves, you're knocking it out of the park. All right, so yeah, you expertly navigate the uneven ground.
Welcome to Helladega Motor Speedway.
And put yourself another 60 or 100, actually 120 feet up
Yep.
ahead, which he then immediately makes back, but triggers the attacks from the goats.
Okay, so the goats, I could have maybe set him up and had him do a initiative, but he's moving so fast.
Yeah.
So they're just in his way. They get each get an attack of opportunity, +5 to hit. So I will roll for the 4 goats. Here we go.
Okay.
1 goat. 2 goats. 3 goats. 4 goats. Okay.
4 wonderful goals.
So I got a 10, 11, an 18, and a 10, +5 on each of those. So 15, 16, 20, and 15.
All right, and are you attacking Hariman or his nightmare?
The nightmare.
The nightmare. Okay, go ahead and roll damage on all of them because they all hit.
So 2d4 +3 on each.
Was there thunder and lightning when the count would do his counting?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's totally
9.
appropriate. Totally appropriate because he summoned a
Yeah.
lightning storm.
That's 9 and
Count
7.
Thanks to Indraken for subscribing with Prime. Cheers.
Another 9. And finally, a 10.
Okay.
That old nightmare, she ain't what she used to be.
48 damage.
I wish I could have shrunk it. It would have got a save though, because it's alive.
All right. Sorry, how much damage did you do
wait.
total?
So 2d4 +3. So 9 and 9, 18, and 7, 25, and then 10, 35.
Okay. So, oh my god. Okay, you watch your goats do their work, and the nightmare is just sort of like battered around, and it looks like it's almost like giving up. Like it, you see one of its legs is like broken. Luckily, it doesn't need them to fly. But one of its legs is broken. It's the flames coming out of its like the back of its head where its mane would be are almost out. It looks like it's on its last leg. but it's not quite dead yet.
Or on its last 3 legs.
Okay.
And then, are you doing anything else?
Okay. Well, is it my turn finally?
Oh, yeah, that wasn't even your turn.
No.
That was its turn. Now it's your turn.
I rolled a 7.
Oh, you rolled a 7.
Yeah, for you.
Okay.
Oh, crap. Right. Thank you for
I
that.
did a 7 once before.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Those the clips for me.
Don't worry, those goats will save you, I'm sure of it.
Now the goats are done. They're
Oh, they're done?
just
Okay.
they're waiting for the bus now.
All right, so the vehicle,
I've been saved by a goat more than once.
your guys' vehicle goes off a 10-foot high ledge and comes crashing down. So you guys are, the vehicle is going to take some damage, and I think everybody on board takes some damage as well.
My lumbar region.
Oh, okay. So yeah, everyone takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage. I'm going to go and roll that. So that's just you and you. Okay.
You guys are going to have chronic back pain for the rest of
Yeah. Koslow and Glubjig.
Koslow takes 1, Glubjig takes 5,
Of course.
and the vehicle takes
28.
probably nothing. 5 points of damage. I think the Tormentor has a damage threshold, though. Doesn't it?
Yeah, 10.
10? Yeah, okay. So it doesn't take any damage from that.
And a mishap threshold of 20.
Mishap.
Yeah, so a mishap happens when the following occurs. If you fail an ability check by 5 or more than 5, actually, or if you take if the Infernal War Machine takes a whole bunch of damage, equal to or greater than that threshold. So,
Okay.
from one attack. So yeah, no mishaps yet. Koslow, so you fall prone, so you're gonna have to use your movement to stand up. But other than
do.
that, you're good.
Okay, I use my movement, half my movement to stand up. And then I cast Moonbeam.
Ah,
Classic.
classic.
There we go.
Oh my God, you guys! Koslow is gonna nuke this
Horse.
nuke this horse.
Horse nuke.
All right. Well, the moonbeam doesn't happen until the beginning of its turn.
Sure.
So we're going to then go into Race's turn.
So you're just basically keeping it along with the movement.
Yeah, I can with Moonbeam, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
All right. So roll your d20 for Race.
Give me some love, baby.
All right.
Make it a 97.6. The dick.
And
A 10. Oh no. Not quite good enough. Part of the ground gives way underneath the vehicle, but this is Race, so what
Part
do
of
we-
the sky gives ground.
part of the sky turns into ground. Okay, so you get blasted by just gale force winds
damn.
that threaten to send you spinning out of control. Race, you're going to need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Luckily, dexterity's my middle name. Well,
All right, you pass.
can I? If I don't dash, can I just claw it, or am I not that close?
You're not that close yet.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll dash, get a.
Well,
I did-
actually, let me see. If you move, yeah, you can actually. Oh no, you're just. Yes, 40 feet. You can just move and then attack it.
Ooh,
You can.
But then he'll get away 60 feet, and then I gotta think like a bird, so I can't ask him a question.
What would Eagle do?
Just turned into a cyclops. You know what? It's probably smaller to be ahead of it and then hit it, because I can't hit it twice anyway. Wait a minute, I could hit it twice because I can multi-attack it. If I just
This way, if you move up and then attack it, you get your multi-attack, and then you'll also get an attack of opportunity when it leaves.
thank you so much. Can I just do my normal movement and then
Sure.
multi-attack it?
All
Heck
right.
Yeah.
So you sensing this is your opportunity to perhaps maim it, maybe even make it drop Lulu, or possibly even kill it. You swoop in for the attack.
Can you give us control of the giant eagle so we can just roll its attacks?
Oh.
Actually, it's really hard to give control. I know.
No, it's here. There we go. Yeah, you should have control of it now, Brad.
Ooh,
You've
let's
got
slap
control of Ember's giant eagle. What do you do?
Gently stroke it.
Thank you.
Come on now. Why aren't you opening up, giant eagle?
Just take 7 clicks. Standard.
All I'm getting is his token settings.
Well, you can change the name to
hold
change the bolster.
Hold shift and double click on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, weird.
See?
Edit.
Being a DM's hard, man. Look at all of these steps. Oh, I think we got it. Aw.
Yeah, I can't get his character sheet up.
I'm just gonna do the robot slowly until we figure
Oh,
it
there
out.
it is. Got it.
All right.
There we go.
Oh, and yes, Batman. But that's a bird. Wait, that is.
Yes, it makes 2 attacks, one with its beak and one with its talons.
Brad was so confident, and I just clicked it. I was like, "Hey, you know what we doing?" Bow!
Oh, the beak!
Oh, all up in that ass.
That connects.
Big talent energy.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, we hot tonight. And then we
Wow.
just gotta do the D20 roll. Or do you for 20s?
No, it's only if you get a natural 20 then it does the critical, but those were modified 20s.
That was us cooking the books. We'll take it though.
11 safe.
11 is safe.
Yes.
Yep, there you go.
Yes.
All right, the wasp tries to leave. Now, you actually see that there is, right as you sort of like have caught up to it and started ripping it apart, you notice this massive thing in the distance. And I'll give a better description of it in a little bit.
Beehive.
But it looks like a humongous beehive, like the size of a large building.
Oh, fun.
And it is suspended in midair, and it's actually chained to the ground, like looking like, you know, if those chains weren't there, it would float up. And using your eagle eye vision, you can see that at the top of it and in various spots around this massive hive are what appear to be like angelic wings. You're not really sure what that is. Maybe they're just bird wings, whatever. Yeah. But anyways, the hell wasp tries to get away from you. So it provokes an attack of opportunity.
Get it.
We're just gonna talon the hell out of it. Skadoosh!
Yeah!
Oh my god, and you hit,
23. Nice.
Listen.
and that kills it.
Hey! Gotta grab her now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Grab Lulu.
Oh, is she unconscious? She probably is, huh?
She's not unconscious. She was just too weak
poor
to break
Lulu.
free from its
Oh,
grasp.
she can fly then.
Lulu
Yeah.
rescue complete.
Yes! Wasn't
All right.
sure about that one.
I
for a
think
while.
that calls for a shot.
Yeah. Cheers.
That is a big deal. This is from Random Guy. Round of shots.
There you go, sir. Of course.
We are having delicious whiskey this
Random
evening.
Guy.
Cheers.
Random
Random
Guy.
Guy.
Random guy.
Ta-da!
Oh, that was a mouthful.
Hey, now.
That bullet has a bite.
Oh, yeah.
No, for real, though. Let me eat a French fry. That'll help.
Soak it up.
All right, so we're going to cut back to the other chase, which is still ongoing, although you guys, well, Dababi is basically done, but you two are still in real danger here. And Dababi, race roll 11 for you, so nothing bad happens.
So do we have the same movement speed as the horse, as the nightmare?
Yes. Yeah, you guys do have the same movement speed, so unless something bad happens to you guys. Yeah. Dababi, you look back and you can sort of kind of see them, like a billowing cloud of dust, but you're kind of out you know, you feel like you're safe. You're pretty far away. So what do you
The
do?
hell they're going so slow for? What are they doing? Summoning goats or something?
What's range on magic missile?
All right. So do you just drive a little further ahead? to make sure you're
Well, where
good?
do I know where he is?
I mean, he's presumably in that vehicle still.
The eagle.
Oh no, you have no idea
I
where
have
he
no idea
is.
we're there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna keep driving, but I'm gonna slow down a little bit and try to, you know, see if they manage to start catching up to me.
Okay.
Do I see them at all?
Yeah, you see them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll just slow down and, you know, I'll just put on the cruise control and kind of
Okay.
wait for them to hopefully catch up.
Gotcha.
How many dashes do we get?
3 plus your vehicle's Constitution modifier.
Okay, so I think we have 2 more.
Sounds about right. Okay, DeBobby, roll a d20, please.
Alrighty.
Roll big. Big money.
That's not something we do around here, Jason.
A 7. Again with a 7.
No one has rolled more than like 11 on a d20
That's
for these rolls.
Unless we were trying to hit somebody.
Yeah.
Edge thing.
What if you tried to fight the dash?
Ooh. This is potentially kind of bad.
Okay.
So the vehicle drives off a 10-foot high ledge and comes crashing down. Whatever. However, that means all you guys have to make, or all you guys take a little bit of damage, but that does mean that you both fall prone again. And since you're driving the vehicle, you have to waste half of your movement to stand up from prone.
Okay.
So
he wastes half the vehicle's
half
movement.
the vehicle's movement.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Did you kill that nightmare yet?
I'm gonna.
All right. So,
I mean, it's gonna on its turn. It's gonna
Koslow?
take the damage.
Club Jack. All right.
4 for me.
Okay. So Glubjag.
And
Yeah.
a lot of chiropractor bills when you get home.
All right. So you're gonna move the Tormentor, presumably dash it again, right?
Yep.
But its movement speed is only half because of that.
But if you're dashing, then it's normal, right?
Brad is quite dashing.
He is.
He's also a dashy.
He's a dashy. Yep.
So yeah, I have a question. So what does the dash action actually say? Dash. Maybe.
Well, there's just a long line, and that's it.
You take the dash action.
That was good, Aaron.
Get it?
Yep, it's a dash. Yep.
Right?
It's a line. Yep. There's got to be more to it than that.
After applying any modifiers. Okay. When you take the dash action, you gain extra movement for the current turn. Dash equals your speed. Okay. That's a really interesting question. So
Yeah.
I think you only have to spend half of your initial movement, and then when you dash, you get the full 60. Pretty sure that's what it is.
So I could move actually 90 feet.
Yeah. So you're gonna move 45 feet according to my little thingy, because that's actually 90. And then it goes to his turn, Hariman's turn, and you see Koslow as you're excited for the moonbeam.
I'm very excited for the moonbeam.
to destroy this nightmare once and for all. You see Hariman reach down as he himself is enveloped in the moonbeam and touches. Well, he's actually always touching the horse, but this sort of like black magical energy flows out of him and in through his hand to the nightmare.
Gross.
And you see its broken leg just snap back into place, and it is apparently fully restored to its former maximum hit points.
Yeah, well, I was close.
Yeah, he actually overhealed the shit out of him right there. Healed him for 100 hit points, which is definitely enough to bring him back to full.
Well, maybe this moonbeam will kill them both. This a second level spell, you bet.
All right, so he takes some damage from the moonbeam. So go ahead and roll.
Well, if we go
that.
back up to where the moonbeam was, it's 14 radiant.
14, and he gets a save, I think, right?
really disappointing.
Constitution save, DC 14, and he's probably got like a +5 Constitution.
No, it's only +8.
Oh,
I wonder.
that's more. That's more. That's worse.
I wonder if you could bring him back from the dead if he killed the nightmare.
Yeah, probably.
It would have been a badge of honor to say that we took Hariman out with goats. It's really too bad that didn't work out.
The nightmare takes full damage, so go ahead and roll damage for the nightmare.
Well, I did already. The damage was part of the moonbeam is 4. Oh, you want me to for different?
Yeah,
different
you
for
roll
both of them.
damage separately for
Okay.
each guy.
Okay.
They technically have different turns, so.
Koslow, you need to summon like at least like 2 more additional goats next time.
Next time I'll be
You were
more,
like 1 goat short
I'll
of
be
a...
I'll be
6
more
goats or
powerful.
more.
16 radiant.
16, and it failed, so full 16 damage.
Yeah, like you advance 1 more level, you'll be able to summon enough goats to take care of business next time.
Yeah, I'll have them like doing stuff and running errands.
Glubjig, did you roll a d20 for Koslow's turn?
He did not.
All
Yeah,
right.
I did.
You
It
did?
was
You did?
It
A
was
7.
The 7.
Oh yeah, we fell. Remember, we fell.
Yep.
You fell.
fell,
That,
like,
that
the
was
10
Koslow's
feet.
turn that the falling happened.
Right, and then the vehicle movement.
No, that was Glubjig's
No,
turn.
that
no,
was Koslow.
Aaron rolled that 7. Then it was Glubjig's turn. He moved. Then it was Batty's turn.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
They're
maybe we
actually
didn't.
catching up a little bit now because you guys had that little bit of a problem earlier. So they are only how many feet away? 90 feet away from you guys now. So they're actually starting to catch up, but you guys are getting close to essentially the finish line here in this chase. So unless you guys mess up really badly again next turn, you guys are probably going to escape unscathed.
Yeah, I got some shit up my sleeve.
All right, so roll a d20 for me, Brad.
Here we go, another 10 or less.
Yes.
No!
Amazing.
Dang it!
Ooh, finally. All right.
Okay, Koslow, your turn.
Okay, now I'm gonna let the moonbeam go because it's just not gonna do the trick. I need something special. So
Goats.
old Uncle Koslow, I'm all out of goats. I got no more goats. I used all my
I'm
goats
all
up.
out of goats. I'm so lost without them.
There's some kind of barrier spell.
I just cast Entangle.
I can't kill the horse,
Entangle, grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground.
so I'll try and tangle.
90 feet is the range.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
So thank goodness they're that close to us.
Yeah.
They do need to make a strength saving throw or be restrained by the plants.
Okay.
Horses are known for being weak.
So it's weird because they're actually flying above the ground. So I don't think this is going to do anything. I think it only affects things that are touching the ground.
In a 20-foot square, they sprout really high from the ground. They
No, it's not a
sprout way
cube.
high
It's
up.
a square.
Right, but they really sprout. I mean, like really super duper sprout.
Yeah, it says right there
they
in the spell description, they really sprout.
No, I'm going to go ahead and say this
They
definitely.
turn the ground.
This
This wouldn't work. Would
This
I
would
know
not-
that wouldn't
Yeah,
work?
you
Oh,
know
okay, I
it wouldn't
know.
work.
Okay.
Yeah, they only affect things that are touching the ground.
Could you like pick up a clump of dirt and throw it over his head and then sprout him downward?
They really sprout.
Because they do.
Well, I think given that that situation, and I would know that, and I'm all out of goats, I'm gonna keep Moonbeam.
Okay,
going. Yeah.
keep Moonbeam on.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, does Moonbeam have any sort of limit on?
No, it's just concentration.
Okay. There's no limit on how far
yeah,
you
it's
can move it
concentration.
or anything.
40-foot high cylinder, 5-foot radius, 120-foot range. Until the spell ends, I can on each of my turns after I cast a spell, I can use an action to move the moonbeam up to 60 feet in any direction. So that wouldn't work, would it?
Nope, because he's 120 feet away.
I'm gonna grab a hold of this harpoon
Okay.
and give him hell.
Yeah, there you
Do
go.
it.
I don't know what I'm supposed to roll for that though.
Gotta pull up the gorgeous tormentor.
All right. I'll pull out my gorgeous tormentor, harpoon style.
So with the harpoon flinger, you don't have to add anything. You just use whatever the profile's attack is, which is +7, which is pretty good.
Harpoon flinger, here we go.
Woo! Shooting at the nightmare, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. You strike that nightmare right in the chest.
Take
and
that, you evil
It's
horse.
even tracking its ammunition. Look at that.
That's really cool.
Nice.
All right. Bam.
Harpoon flinger.
You're like, I really hope that Hariman can't heal this thing a second time. We'll see. All right. Now roll D20.
Okay,
Koslow.
hold on.
Ooh, good luck. I can feel it.
Okay, roll a
so we
d20.
gotta
Here we
catch
go. Big money, no whammies.
Dun, 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 dun. That's a 10.
Oh!
Goes to the other table.
It does.
2.
Roll another D20,
But he's about to
sir.
roll a natural 20. That's the good news. Here it comes. Look at that big old 2.
15.
That counts, right? Switch to the other table.
It does.
All right.
So
So
table's all bad.
this
all bad.
this is not going to affect race because race is done. In fact, I'm just going to remove race from the turn order.
Nice job, Race.
Thank you.
There you go. Goodbye, race. Goodbye,
I'll
hell
be waiting
wasp.
for you guys.
So this is affecting the Bobby.
What?
Wait, no, Bobby's also.
Yeah, the
gone.
Bobby's fine.
Bobby's also out of the
It
race.
affects you guys.
So yeah, this we're all just down to Glubjig, Koslow, and Hariman.
It affects Hariman. It can't affect Hariman.
Nope. You're rolling for Brad, and Brad's rolling for you.
Yep.
All right, so a 15. Your infernal war machine races through a cloud of bleak gnats.
Oh,
The infernal insects burst against the hull, shedding magical darkness around you for 2 rounds.
ooh.
All right.
Oh God.
What does that even do? Well, it means you can't see anything.
Right.
Well, you know, that's no big deal. You're just driving at high speeds. Should be fine.
blind. That's so silly. Okay, what can I do instead of that? Well, when you're blind, how about this?
Well, if it's magical darkness, then Hariman, unless he's got like, an ability to see through magical darkness, he can't see us either.
Do you remember what the ability to see through magical darkness is called?
Like true sight, I believe.
It's called Devil's Sight.
Oh,
Oh boy.
yeah.
Wow.
So we're just the fucked ones then.
That's hilarious. Anyways. Well, so the rules regarding like being blind and like moving around, I think, is that like you can move at half speed without it really affecting you much. But if you try to move at full speed, then you run into problems.
You could
So-
use the windshield wipers and spray some bug juice on there.
Yes.
So this is what I'll say. So if you move at half speed, then you have no disadvantage on any sort of checks that you have to make. If you move at normal speed, then you have disadvantage on any save or check or anything driving related. Does that sound fair, you guys?
Yeah.
Just for this round.
Just for 2 rounds, because it specifies for 2 rounds.
Just enough for him to catch up.
Yeah, that's going to be that's I think going to be the end of the race is when this magical darkness wears
Cross
off.
your fingers and hammer down, Glubby.
Yeah. So
Use all your inspirations. Oh wait, no one has any.
we're down to the wire here, guys.
Oh God.
Yeah, pedal to the metal.
Oh yeah, you're just gonna do it?
Yep.
Okay. So you go forward, and you're gonna have disadvantage on any sort of checks that you have to make in this following round as well. So that's 60 feet. Yeah, well, 120 feet technically. Now roll a d20 for Koslow.
Cross my fingers.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
boy.
Oh, we're going
7.
off
A
another
7.
Another freaking cliff.
Oh my sweet goodness.
They have no infrastructure here.
You're gonna break the vehicle.
You guys took a really weird route that apparently included a lot of cliffs.
Yes.
Whereas
We're
to
on
Bob, you didn't.
But only cliffs
We're
that
on-
that go down.
Yeah.
Luckily.
We're on a terraced agricultural field.
I was going so fast, you know, like Roadrunner. I just I didn't even feel those basically.
All right. So you guys are each going to take another d6 damage. Koslow first, then Glubjag.
I always take more.
Yeah.
We have not had a round. I haven't had a round yet where there wasn't some horrible thing that happened.
5 to you, Glubjag.
You guys are both gonna have aggravated discs.
And this is also going to slow you down.
More.
Yep. So yeah, you guys are 90 feet away, and you guys are going to be only 60 feet away once you have this other round where you're slowed.
And then we only get one more dash after that.
Yeah. Now, Koslow, I don't know what you're going to be able to do because you can't see anything because you're covered in magical darkness. What would you like to do?
It's my turn, huh?
Yep.
Oh. Let's see.
Wait a minute. My sword emits magical light.
It's not powerful enough to dispel it. No. It's very, very weak. It's like a cantrip level power.
Well, yeah, if I can't see anything, I can't fire the harpoon. It's not going to make any
It
sense.
must be at disadvantage.
It would be a disadvantage. Okay, I'll do it. Why not? I'll just I'll try to tap into my key and Torm and just fire away.
That was
All
the
right.
weakest Torm call you've had yet. Just,
I got 1 bar. I can't. I'm in between the towers. All right, gorgeous tormentor.
He's just gonna hang up on you if you can't. You know, if you break up all the time, he's gonna be like, I don't have
Torm.
time for this.
Give me 2 natural 20s. I promise I'll be a good boy.
Oh.
11.
Okay, 11 misses.
Okay.
Another harpoon gone. Luckily, you guys didn't get the silver ones. Otherwise, you'd be wasting a lot of money on harpoons right now.
I adjusted the ammunition already there.
Okay, cool. Now, do me a favor. Roll another d20 for Glubby.
Oh, buddy.
Let me juggy.
I'm so sorry.
Come on.
In advance, I'm sorry.
Jesus! Wow.
I'll get some more before the-
You guys want to die.
Oh, this is the fire tornado! And this is the last round as well. Oh my god.
He was so excited. He was stroking his beard.
That's a bad sign.
This is exciting. Okay.
Evil beard stroking is happening.
So the fiendish gnats have covered your entire vehicle with magical dark spots, and Glubjag has decided to just floor it directly into the fire tornado, which has apparently done a big loop around to the end of the finish line.
All right.
So you have to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
But I can use my juke to make it normal.
You can. This is a difficult dex save,
Oh, buddy.
so we'll see what happens.
+2 is 8.
Oh,
Christ.
no.
8. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang. All right. So, right at the end, Dabawi, you've gotten pretty far ahead. And so you see this fire tornado as it's like sort of making its way over, and you're like, ooh, that doesn't look fun. And then you're seeing like the cloud of smoke that you realize is your friends sort of heading right towards you. You're just like, no, guys, no. But for some reason, they don't seem to be able to see it. And they just drive right into it. So, everyone on board must make a dexterity saving throw. Or take not insignificant amount of fire damage.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I got a 15.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Okay.
Wow.
So, Koslow failed, Glubjag passed.
Oh, 15 failed. This is gonna suck.
And I can't believe that this happened on the last round of the chase. That's kind of nuts, because as soon as you guys emerge from this raging inferno, the survivor maybe. I don't know if you're gonna survive
I don't
this.
know.
Holy shit.
You're gonna look back and Hariman will have just stopped, almost like he has hit a wall. Like the nightmare rears up and he it turns around and you can just see like the burning intense hatred in his eyes as he can't cross the threshold, as you guys just managed to scrape on by.
Guess we shouldn't have barreled ahead.
Oops.
It was fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm okay.
Okay, here we go, guys. And I'm not making this shit up. This is directly pulled from the book. This is how much it does.
All right.
Why is it not do it?
Probably taking a long time.
Oh, it
to
is
count
taking
all
a
the
long
dice. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. You slowed down the processor of the computer.
Oh my god.
Shit!
In the arms of
Good night, everyone.
an angel,
Wow.
That's enough. That's enough for me to be completely dead.
Is it?
I'm dead.
No, really?
Yeah,
For
I had,
real?
I had
You only
40.
had 40
I had
hit
40
points.
hit points, and my hit point max is 46. Koslow Ferngrove has died saving his friends doing stupid shit. Driving through a fucking fire tornado after almost killing a nightmare.
Oh my god.
Isn't it twice your full hit points?
Which would actually be 92.
It's so you take how much health you have,
Yeah.
and then
40.
40, you bring it down to 0.
Yeah.
And then you take your total hit points, 46, and then you bring all that down to 0. And if you still have damage left over, then you're dead.
Yeah.
So
He's dead.
if you had
So-
been at full health, you would have
If
survived.
we hadn't have gone off those fucking cliffs.
I took so little damage on those.
Yeah.
So as we go through this fire tornado, like I'm like, hey, look, the nightmare's stopping, and I turn to like pat Glubjeg on the shoulder, and then I turn into a blistered pile of ash.
And then
Lost Koslow, everyone.
and then Glubjeg like looks in the back seat and he's like, "Oops."
So do I?
He's like, "Hey, Koslow, how did?" Oh.
You take half, so you're probably still unconscious. But
So you don't look back and see that.
Oh no!
I am unconscious.
Bobby sees it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no!
I'll I call 911.
Wow. We lost a character, everyone.
It got so grim so fast.
Holy shit.
That was like an amazing amount of bad die rolls. Good job, guys. That was
That was an incredible amount of good die
so
rolls.
many bad ones.
Yeah.
And then one really bad one at the end.
That fire tornado came back. It missed us the first time, and
Yeah.
it was like, no, I don't think you're getting away from me.
Can you imagine if that shit happened turn 1 of the chase? That would,
Just campaign over.
I don't even know what I would have done. I would have been like,
Oh
wait,
god, I mean,
Oh,
if I'd
man.
come anywhere near one of those fire tornadoes, I would have been dead instantly.
Well, we get to see Jason's backup character.
Maybe. I don't know. Can I be resurrected? Is there anything that anyone can do? I gotta pee really bad.
Yeah,
So in the
you go pee
meantime-
real bad. We're gonna take a little bit of a break while we
shell-shocked.
let this all sink in.
I know. We need time to mourn.
Stinks got so real.
18d10. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
You know, and there was only 1 10 in there. There were 3 1s.
that was actually below. That was a below average roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Average roll's
and
99.
it barely took me out.
yeah.
Oh man.
What the fuck is torn, man?
In that last turn, if you had just used like cure wounds on yourself, you would have been
How
alive.
could he have known? He only was down 6 hit points.
Yeah. I thought for sure I'd skate because
I
we
know.
were just taking like piddly like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5
That was
points of
baby
damage.
damage.
Oh man. I love this game.
No, the
Fucking
whole
love this
wow.
game so much.
Oh no.
And
Are you
like,
being
also,
sarcastic?
No, fucking
The
Koslow
vehicle
goes
was
out.
making most of its deck saves.
Yeah, I mean, you were driving fine. We were making it. We went through a bunch of bad shit. We had dark vision or darkness on us from these gnats.
Yeah.
And we were like home free. Koslow was like, you know, when they say like if you're in a survival situation, the most dangerous time is like right after you think you're saved.
Yeah.
Because you let your fucking guard down.
Right. It's
Koslow let his guard down.
Yep.
He was like, hey, look, we made it. Yeah.
And this is exactly the kind of thing that would happen in hell too. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's always trying to punish you right when you think something
And I
good.
don't know you're down because I'm unconscious.
Yeah, so Dababi, you see them go through this fire tornado, and you can just tell looking at it, it's horrific. There's billowing ash and smoke coming off the vehicle, and it's actually slowly coming to a stop, but not like controlled. So what would Dababi do seeing that?
And you smell barbecue.
Well, I would just be like a little freaked out and try to go rescue them, obviously.
All right, so you drive over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you make a death saving throw real fast, just see what happens, because it's gonna take at least a turn for Dababi to get there. 19. All right, you're good. And then Dababi, you roll up and you see a pile of black bones in the back seat. Well, not really. Your body's still intact. And then you see.
But it's like
Old
that.
Jag.
It's like that cracked black skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the really
Koslow
bloody-
crackling.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys remember that movie Backdraft?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's clearly dying. So what does Dababi do?
I'm gonna go stabilize him. I rush over to the one that looks alive.
All right. Are you gonna just try a medicine check, or are you gonna use a healing spell?
Yeah, I will use a healing spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pee.
Okay. Whew. I'm kind of scared to look at chat because I'm scared to see everybody being like, Emery, no, you're a bastard.
Hey, we signed on for this, man. That's the way it works.
I feel like
right.
I feel like if nobody ever died during this campaign, Brad would be very disappointed.
I would.
The fact that it's not me doesn't make sense. I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, I'm glad you weren't on that fucking vehicle.
Seriously, I would have been fucking. Oh,
God, I'm glad I wasn't either.
Like, you have so little health, you could have passed your save
12 hit
and
points
still instantly died.
seriously. When I have like 38 health,
Oh, nice.
not
Thank
even.
you.
Like,
What happened?
Wow. What?
I healed him for 12 hit points.
Okay.
Real quick, though, before it gets lost in the chat, Skippy McSkip subscribed for tier 1, 14 months, and says, the fire tornado, so you are campaigning in Oregon.
Oh boy.
I know, this must have got real for a Jedi.
Yeah, right?
Freaking fire tornadoes. Oh, Cat Dragon says PayPal. We got some people who are pouring one out for Koslow. I think people are already sort of getting to the acceptance stage.
That was quick.
Yeah, Koslow, he had a bad relationship with Torm, and I feel like that was the crux of all of his problems.
I'm not gonna
Just
lie.
like, it just didn't work, and they didn't like each other.
F for Koslow. Is that a grade?
Yeah. Yeah, F, pour out your respects. Pour out your Fs in chat. Great White Spark says, at least you don't have to pay for the cremation.
So, Brad, since you asked, the F for Koslow, that's a meme.
Okay.
And there was a game, I think it was
Call of Duty, wasn't it?
one of the
Yeah.
Call of Duty games where there's a scene where a character has died, and you're at their funeral, and you like walk up to their coffin, and you can just press F to pay respects,
Got it.
and that became a meme.
Got it.
Oh man!
All right, when Jason gets back, we will be having another drink.
Ironically, the only person who might have been able to bring someone
him.
back from death would be him. Unfortunate. You could find somebody to raise him from the dead, potentially. Mm-hmm. Those people could exist here in hell. Mm-hmm. Honestly, the thing that I'm mourning the most is I have no clue what we're going to do for the rest of the night.
So there is enough of him left that we could resurrect him.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, Jason wanted to do some sort of
Recap?
recap of everything.
On a very special episode.
I do feel like it would be a little bit inappropriate to continue on for an hour, like in the adventure, without Jason having a character. Also, the thing that I had prepped, there's multiple reasons why you wouldn't go do that right now, because Koslow just died. Yeah, you could play Lulu. It's potentially true. Yeah.
I just want to fuck all you guys. I'm just so racked by sorrow. I just can't get. Can I just take off your clothes? You really want me to play Lulu? No.
You do a pretty good Lulu.
But I think on the podcast, you should definitely have some kind of montage.
Oh, I will.
Unless we bring him back.
Oh my God! Oh, somebody pointed this out. Mr. Wumbo pointed out that Lulu does have an ability theoretically, if she remembers how to use it. So let me just look into that a little bit, because that could be a good way to do it. But Jason you had also come to me at some point, sometime in the recent past, with ideas for a backup character.
Oh yeah, I've got a backup character already.
And you're the only one who does, I think.
How ready is it?
How ironic.
I'll look and see how ready it is.
That was in like February when we were both about to die, right?
Yeah, when Koslow had mummy rot, and Race and Koslow both
Yeah,
had
Koslow we always assumed was going to die anyway.
Man, I thought I was going back during yellow mold days, and then I've just been on edge since. So,
Oh my God, she does. Holy shit, that's incredible.
I have a level 6 character ready to go. I can level him up and have him ready to go.
All right. I'll say that I'm gonna leave that sort of up to you, because there is a way for Lulu to bring you back from the dead, and I would be actually totally okay. I mean, she was just rescued by Race in a very daring chase, which honestly you could have lost that chase very easily. If you had taken any amount of damage, you would have had to make a concentration check for polymorph.
oh,
And if you had failed, then you would have immediately turned back into a halfling and plummeted down to the ground, and probably wouldn't have died, but you would have lost.
It would have not been great. Okay.
Yeah. So that was super lucky for you too. So you did a really good job with that. So yeah, I'm gonna let you. You don't have to make the decision right now, I don't think, Jason. But there is a way Lulu could bring you back, and I think it would make sense story wise.
Squidlip says, "Do it."
Do it! Do it now! Oh yeah. Great White Spark says, well, Koslow did buy a silver glaive, so you could make a glaive wielding character.
I think I'd like to do that. I think in this case, I feel like dead is dead.
Sure.
And I love this game because of that. This was unexpected, sure. Yeah.
All right, sounds good to me. You like sticking to the way the dice rolled. I respect that a lot.
That was crazy, and we almost survived it. I almost survived by like 5 hit points.
Yeah.
That was it.
If for some reason you had just been like, fuck it, I'll heal myself in the last round, that would have saved your life. It was that close.
Yeah.
Well,
It's nuts.
Jerry Veit has sent a round of shots in farewell to Koslow, a fine druid and monk. I remember him not as a man, but a bear. So let's raise our glasses to the bear man himself. Cheers to Koslow. He is gone and truly dead.
We're anti-Torm over here going forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Whew. Oh, what is that?
Bullet. Rye.
Oh yeah,
Strong.
yeah.
That bastard will pay!
What, the fire tornado will
Yeah,
pay?
the fire tornado's gonna pay, definitely.
I mean, it was really...
We're gonna find some water somewhere.
That bad dude brought it.
It was really death by misadventure. Really, when you think about it, it was just the worst luck.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he got, it wasn't like he was in combat and then made a mistake and.
Just make a slightly risky choice.
Oh yeah, but it was like you list all of the gorgeous Phoenix Brigade's risky choices, and it's near the bottom.
Yeah.
Because even if I'd had advantage on
with that
on
roll,
that save, they were both bad.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm the one who gave you the roll. I'm the one who brought the fire tornado back with that shitty. What was it, a 3 or a 7 or something? Yeah.
It was the fucking 3.
Yeah.
I would have took a 7 at that point because you had like 7 in a row of those. But
Mr. Wumbo says maybe Hariman gets a hold of the body and revives him as a mummy so he can spread mummy rot.
Oh, he's stroking his beard. You gave him an idea.
I love this idea. Yes.
No, but Koslow's corpse now is with you guys, and I don't think you guys would leave his corpse hanging around in hell. I don't know. Maybe you would.
We're gonna bury it on the property.
We haven't decided yet.
Oh yeah, Koslow would have loved that garden.
Oh, damn.
Gonna
Well,
carry it in a bucket,
Yeah, a bucket like
Clem.
Yep.
oh, that's awesome. All right, well,
I will remember you.
Great White Spark says, and this is why the DM doesn't get inspiration.
I don't like that you rolled another 7. I'm going to re-roll it and use my inspiration.
That's true. Dobby would have survived because he has resistance to fire.
Oh,
Dobby the elf?
say
No,
Dobby?
he never would have survived.
did.
Dobby,
Free elf now.
he maybe could have disapparated and survived, yeah.
I'm gonna reach him.
Oh, God. Boss fight with Mummy Koslow. Yeah. All right, well, why don't we do a little quick scene here where you guys all sort of meet up. Dion or Race, you show up with Lulu because after a little while you guys realize, well, we could just fly way up in the sky and see if we can. And you notice the massive fire tornado, which sort of leads you towards where they are. And probably after about 15 minutes, during which Dababi and Glovejig were probably just like way too shocked and like sort of like sitting in silence and, you know, poking Koslow and being like, Are you really dead, bro? Come on. Turn back into a bear. You can do it. But yeah, eventually you guys show up and Lulu's like, oh dear. Oh no. What happened?
What?
Glovejig, what happened?
Guys,
It was that Hariman. He threw a fire tornado at us. I think. I don't know.
I saw it all happen. They drove straight into it. I don't know why.
why would they drop into a fire
I'm
tornado?
not sure what happened. I was.
But we were covered with that darkness.
But why did you? Why wouldn't? Wow.
I got so many questions. My heart is on fire.
You were almost out. Why
I'm a
didn't you
great
just drive?
driver. I don't know what happened.
Why didn't you slow down and avoid that thing?
Because we couldn't see.
Well, Koslow's
Why didn't you come back and help us?
so because I didn't want to get burned alive by a fire tornado.
You're a fire genasi.
Also, I saw you guys keep going off cliffs that weren't there when I drove past, so I don't understand like what you were
We
doing.
took a different route.
Oh,
I go up to his carcass, and I open my bag, and I just put his skull in my bag, and then I look. Is this shillelagh burned? Because I want to take his shillelagh if it's not burned.
No, his gear is all okay.
I throw down my rapier, and I say, "Never again will I swing another weapon." And then I rub my dick on it. I gotta get my scent on it, and then I tuck it.
Koslow's like, I'm glad I'm dead.
Boo! That was my staff.
I got a hunted dick. I always knew this would happen.
My shape-shifting friend. May Magubliet watch over you in the afterlife.
Guys, we have to bury him.
Bury him in hell? I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, fuck that. Here, I'm gonna do this. This is probably dumb, but
Do we have a bucket?
we
That
don't.
usually works.
But I got you. Spiggity diggity dig, and I use my animating object to make a giant bucket.
He can do that.
I can do that. I do it. And I put his whole body ashes in all of the giant bucket that dances. And he's continuing to fight with us, damn it. I believe it ain't over yet.
We're gonna take you home, buddy.
So we are weakened at burning this.
Yes, we are totally. I'm gonna have one spell slot used up the rest of this campaign for this bucket because he's coming home.
Race, can you sing us a memorial song?
I remember when I was just a young, horny boy. I met an elf, and he told me, "Do you want to save the world and get some great rental property out of the whole situation?" And I said, yes to the second half. And then we went to hell. Had a couple of different dwarves down a bridge. It was so sad. Then came Mother Rod. He dead. I'm dead. Come back. We kinda still dead. Listen when I tell you, Koslow, you the most Caucasian druid father I never had. And I'ma miss you. Fuck Tom forever. Thank you.
Here, here.
This is the last fucking time we're playing on Thursday.
Oh god.
Koslow, we're gonna display your skeleton in our mansion.
It's what he would have wanted.
As an example of what not to do.
Ray is gonna be so confused when we get back.
Oh my god.
So's Bardrum.
Oh, poor Bargel.
You can play fetch with my femur.
True. Probably like you better.
You'll be dog toys.
Oh god.
Should we heal? Should make a hut? Should I use demons?
Now that we've bucketed Koslow, let's heal up.
Apparently, we're in some sort of safe place.
Are we?
Are we?
Well, I mean, Hariman just stopped.
Well, it sounds like he hit a wall. Like his range is only so far. Does that make us safe from everything else? I'm gonna make a hut. Anybody got a problem with it?
No.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And that's my hut sound. I'm in mourning. You can't blame me.
All right, so you guys, you finish up your little memorial service for Koslow, and Race starts to conjure up his, what'd you call it?
Demon's tiny hut of mischief.
That. And you guys start like getting your rations out of your bags, and oh god, this is so sad. You actually open your bags, and you get out your good berries. The last good berries Koslow ever made.
Oh shit, what are we gonna eat now?
Well, you eat those good berries because they're gonna go bad by tomorrow morning.
How much health do we get from those?
1 each.
Yeah.
I don't
But
think
you're
that's
full.
any damage.
It's one berry is enough to fill you for a day. Yeah.
Wait, we're not gonna take a long rest?
Yeah, we definitely.
Yeah, you can.
We gotta.
Oh yeah, we're just eating those good berries.
I'm just
Koslow had 16 of them,
nice.
so you can split them.
Um,
Mr. Wumbo says, "What can we eat now?" Camera pans to Koslow's corpse. Mr. Wumbo's on fire tonight. And so is Koslow.
hey! Inspiration to your new character. But
His new character's name is Crispy Toast.
Debabi, as you are sort of preparing your, area of rest or whatever, and your mind is sort of going back to all the fond memories you have of Koslow, a voice pops up in your head, one that you haven't heard for a little bit, but it's the familiar voice of the devil in your shield, and it says,
See, I told you he wouldn't survive. Should have taken my deal.
I mean, you like that he's dead, don't you?
No response.
I think we're square now, right? Because he died.
No response.
I wonder.
Ooh.
Spooky. That's spooky.
Very spooky indeed, Mr. Wumbo says. Oh yeah, the shield gives fire resistance too, so, you know, if Koslow had that, it would have helped him too. Anyways, a little bit of ominousness from your shield to end.
Yeah, like
today's
right before
story.
I go to bed. That's annoying.
Wait,
Exactly.
the guy who has fire resistance has been carrying the shield that gives fire resistance?
Yes.
Because you can never
That
have
makes
too
a lot of
much.
sense. And also the guy who already has massive armor.
Yeah, but look at how close I was to dying despite all
Yeah,
of
but
that.
look at who died.
That's true. If I hadn't had the shield, though, I definitely would be dead.
Yeah. Dun dun dun.
But also, druids don't really carry shields.
That's true.
They do. They're
Do they?
That's not
they're
true.
the only people in your group other than you. I don't know if rangers are proficient in shields. I don't remember, but they almost never use them.
Yeah, proficient in shields.
Well,
Druids though use them all the time.
He wouldn't have fucking carried it because of his religion and shit.
It's also metal. Yeah. So yeah, you wouldn't have wanted to carry that shit. Oh yeah, you also can't use it without losing your monk abilities. Says God of Gravity. I hadn't really thought about
Yeah.
that too.
Does that mean I'm completely resistant to fire now? Like 100%?
Sadly, no.
No.
Yeah, they don't stack.
What about Dobby?
Dobby is resistant to fire.
I doubt it.
No. If he had the shield, he would be.
He's more resistant to
being liked.
being I don't know, to socks.
He's resistant to Rule 34, probably.
Now hold on one second. Just because OnlyFans is going down, let's not get crazy.
I do have some good news to end this all on. You guys are going to level up.
Nice.
Yep.
Now I get some real creatures to turn into. I'm looking at them. Oh, I think I can't run around as a halfling down here. Like, I'm just gonna have to be something huge, man. It's getting dangerous out in these streets.
Polymorph yourself
Yeah.
every fight.
Turn into a frost giant?
At level 8, yeah.
No, you can only
Am I
turn
tripping? It's
in.
the CR, right? It has to match the CR.
It has to be an animal, though.
Oh, maybe I'm on D&D and they tripping, man. They got me all out here like I'm about to be a problem. But
Well, giant ape is the most popular one.
oh, let me get my big monkey.
It's like a King Kong, but they have a decent intelligence. Their intelligence is like 6 or 7 or something like that.
If he polymorphs, doesn't he keep his own intelligence? And
I
charisma?
thought it
No.
took all their stats pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, polymorph is different from wild shape.
Let's see, CR level.
So, I was thinking it would be nice, even before this happened, I was thinking it'd be really great because we're on like episode 52 of the podcast.
Uh-huh.
For anyone joining the podcast, it would be great to have like one short episode of the podcast where we just talk about the whole adventure that we've been on from like day one, because there's stuff in there that we've forgotten.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of us, hopefully not all of us. So we can kind of bring everybody back up to speed, have one episode of the podcast where we're like, hey, this is how things started. If you joined us at episode 50, here's
This is what you missed.
here's why we're here, here's what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
be a white track.
That's cool. I think that'd be really useful too.
Cool.
Is your other character, at a place where you could introduce the character and talk about who they are?
I don't want to yet because I'm still having. There's still a little tiny little bit of second thoughts
Okay.
on it. So
Sure.
Because your college experience.
Yeah, and he and I would have to figure out a little bit of
Before I just-
specific details.
Or at
Yep.
that last level, I got polymorph.
Okay.
So because I got 1 level 4 spell, so it's just what polymorph allows you to do.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I could do.
Yeah, you think we should go ahead and try to do a little recap episode?
Yeah.
Right now. Okay. I'm actually most rusty at stuff at the beginning, which should be pretty obvious.
Well, the first thing I remember is that we all had to figure out sort of our backstory and how it pertained to things in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
There was a murder that took place.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it started with murder.
There was a guy who was like a drug dealer, and Glubjag, I think, did Glubjag killed him? Glubjag was the one who struck the murder blow, I think.
The killing blow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Dababi was the one who like wanted it, the guy.
Yeah, because
He stole my wrench.
he messed with your wrench.
Yep.
And Race was there because he was hanging out with Glubjag because they were friends from way back. Because the little guy got to have a big guy friend.
Yeah.
And so he was like, hey, this is not my problem. I'm not getting involved. Koslow was like creeping around outside and looked in a window or overheard it or heard about it and was just like, eh.
Also not my business.
Yeah. But they were all sort of like, to varying degrees, implicated in this murder.
Right. And have never paid any sort of price for it.
Right.
Which is kind of important. It's the shared sin that your group has committed. But yeah, then you guys, fast forward a few years, and Baldur's Gate is experiencing sort of a catastrophe, if you will. The neighboring city of Elturel, a rival city, but more of a friendly rivalry. They're not like at war or anything. That city has just completely disappeared from the face of the earth. And in its wake are thousands and thousands of refugees who have fled to Baldur's Gate. And at the same time as this wave of refugees, massive killing spree has gone on in Baldur's Gate. People are just getting murdered in their homes, on the streets, without any sort of rhyme or reason. And that's causing, of course, hysteria, panic, blaming refugees, all that kind of stuff you would expect. And so the Flaming Fist, which is the police force, so to speak, of Baldur's Gate, has begun recruiting adventurers to assist them in bringing the city to order. And you guys actually came across a group of citizens who were being sort of like harassed by the Flaming Fist and intervened, I think. Do you recall?
Guys?
Are you talking about the pirate ship?
No. Pay attention. Come on. This is for our benefit, too.
We were trying to look at things that he'll be able to turn into.
Okay. No worries.
We're back.
Well, anyways, the details of that don't really matter. You guys got recruited, so to speak.
There was a group of refugees, and some of the Flaming Fist guards, or some of the guards, were being really aggressive.
Yeah.
And we stepped up and were like, don't do it. And Race, that was like the first time I think that Race got involved and talked his way out of some shit, like really big roles.
Yeah, you were actually able to prevent like a brawl happening from a bunch of refugees and these Flaming Fists.
Yeah, it was like they were beating old women.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Oh yeah, Mr. Wimbo says they were hitting old people at the gate.
That's right.
That sounds about right. I remember when we got into that first fight at the end. I don't know if it's
Yeah, and there was like talking armor that almost killed all of us.
oh, the gauntlets.
Guys, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
sorry.
Getting very far ahead of ourselves. All right.
So the Flaming Fist guy, the captain of the Flaming Fist, hired us.
Yep. And he said that he wanted you guys to track down the Cult of the Dead 3, which are these 3 evil gods that they've gained intel on, that they are the ones committing this streak of murders in Baldur's Gate. And so he kind of sent you on that mission, which led you to an inn, where you were supposed to meet up with a person,
A woman.
a woman, and she was going to give you her information that she had on where you could find the Cult of the Dead 3.
And
We
then,
got jumped.
some guys came looking for her, I believe.
Yep, pirates.
Oh, yeah.
Pirates, and then we got into a fight with them, and there was a bouncer orc woman who I flirted with.
Half ogre.
That's correct. It was the good half. And after that, she pretty much like kicked a ton of ass, and I just yelled insults from outside, far away. Yeah, and then
the pirate captain was trying to get upstairs,
And you were on the top of the stairs,
Yeah.
Glubjig with the 10-foot reach.
yeah.
And I cast Thunder Wave and like busted out all the windows of the place, Elf Song Tavern.
and entangle, right?
Yep.
When we got upstairs, that was
Yeah.
like the first time I used Entangle.
Yeah, and I was at one point the only one trying to hold the captain back.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
I jumped off the stairs, and then I can't remember what I did after that.
You did a lot of crazy athletic stuff. You probably threw out a bag of marbles at one point.
I don't think I had those.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
He never had marbles. He had ball bearings.
Bobby, you were casting Catapult, I think.
I was
Yes.
having a drink. I remember that.
Yeah, you stayed down in the bar and just had a drink and talked to the bartender while we finished the
This
combat.
was the Elf Song Tavern, Great White Spark
Oh,
points out.
Elf Song Tavern. Thank you.
Koslow nearly died, so that was like a trend.
we should have knew early. So sad.
Yeah, even in that first fight, there was a close calls. Yep.
Yeah. That's kind of been like the theme, man. Because then, after we finished that, we met up with the woman, and she gave us the information. And then Zema went to the spa?
Yeah, she had said that some of the people who she had found out were members of this cult were seen hanging out at that spa.
Yeah.
I gambled with her for a while.
With your loaded dice.
Oh, yeah, you were a cheater.
Nice.
Wumbo says, and you beat the rug with him in it. Did we wrap him up in a rug? That sounds really familiar.
Oh God, I don't remember.
I don't remember
It could have
that.
been 50-50.
We went to that spa
Yep.
and Race talked to that guy.
Oh, not over tipped him, it turns out,
Yeah,
because I didn't know the value of the money. So I gave him, like,
Right.
a whole gold piece when, like, 2 copper would have did it.
Hey, yeah, you. It looked like just a regular spa. Like there was nothing suspicious
Yeah,
about
there were
it.
people in there.
And you tip the employee to like leave, and he was like, "Hell yeah, I'm just gonna quit my job. Actually, survive off this gold piece for a year."
And is that when Glubjig got in the bath and made it?
Frothy?
Frothy and scummy.
Yeah.
There was that woman in there doing her little kicks.
Yes.
And Glubjig flirted with her.
And as soon as he got in the water, it all turned oily and black and full of bugs.
I don't think I ever submerged, so like from here up was still filthy.
Yeah. But you guys ultimately did find out that the spa was actually a secret entrance to a dungeon that went deep into the sewers beneath Baldur's Gate.
Yep.
And once down there, you discovered that, yes, there was a cult. There were dead bodies down there. There was a necromancer.
There was a tapestry that had yellow mold on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Infamous. The
Oh,
infamous.
man.
Reese almost died to yellow mold.
We went through like 3 or
We
4
also
healing
blew up
potions.
that room
Yeah.
because we had a torch out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys smelled the sulfurous like scent,
But we didn't get
but
the hint.
didn't put the
God.
torch
And you
out.
didn't bury the lead. It was just like, do you smell that? Nope.
But luckily, the room didn't collapse. There was rules for the room collapsing.
Yeah.
Oh, man. How are we all mostly still alive? Looking back at it.
Man, that,
That was the first big call, right? Because that's where we encountered the fireball.
Yes.
the fireball that
That's
killed
where
Clem.
What's-his-face, Clem
Clem.
with the bucket.
Because I was like, Clem's rich. We can go get money from his parents. And then he was soup very shortly
Yeah,
after.
we've had a bad time with fire.
We really got lucky with that. Koslow went in as a black bear or a brown bear.
Yeah,
It was early, so it's probably a black bear or a dire wolf, maybe.
At least 2 of us were out at one point.
Oh yeah, 2 of you guys were down, and then we were barely hanging on.
Yeah.
I remember we left because we were so fucked. We left, went back up to town, and then when we came back down,
They were ready.
they were ready for us. And there was that guy. It was the first time we peed in the mouth of evil.
Yes.
That old crazy guy, and I remember he was like, he was
They
gargling
were
it.
ready for us, and you turned into a spider.
I turned into a spider. He tried to squash me.
Yep.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I did some recon. And then we beat the shit out of him, and I think Bobby was the first one to pee on him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then the gauntlet, the armor, the suit of armor. No, that was early. That was before the
Yeah.
fireball.
And it was so much harder. I don't know. I think I might have been the first time I used my rapier, and then that didn't make sense. I just keep trying to stab unstabbable shit.
Yeah.
I'm not a stabber, man.
Did not have a good track record with that rapier.
Not at all, dude. That was most of why I threw it. It's just it didn't do nothing for nobody.
And the second time down, I think, was when we discovered the Vanthampur brother, right?
Yeah, the big guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was after the witch, right? Who we beat.
So it turns out that the Vanthampur family, this very wealthy, well-connected family in Baldur's Gate, was involved in this conspiracy, this cult. But the brother that was down there battling against them actually had betrayed his family, and he had been treated poorly by them, and he was just like, fuck it, I'll tell you, what's been going on with my mom and my brothers. This is where they live. Go ahead and do whatever you want. I'm just going to go leave. And you guys didn't attack him. You didn't kill him. You let him go. And presumably he just fled Baldur's Gate, never to be seen again. Hopefully he's living it up.
Yeah.
We got all that treasure from down there.
Oh,
Yeah,
And then we took it up, and the cult of Tiamat
Yes.
found us in the
They
courtyard.
stole everything.
Yeah.
This is a very
Rob
important-
is blind.
Yeah, this is very important because this is going to come up at some point later in the campaign. But you guys did find that the Vanthampurs had somehow stolen a section of Tiamat's hoard. Tiamat, of course, being the goddess of the evil dragons. And they had paid the Cult of the Dead 3 to do this murder spree using some of Tiamat's money. And as you guys left the dungeon, you were not attacked. You were confronted. You were confronted by some cultists of Tiamat who demanded that her hoard be handed over. And you guys did so without fighting them.
Yeah.
You were a little bit unhappy to, I think, but you did it. And so they left without any sort of bloodshed. And like I said, this is going to matter later. So good on you guys. After that, what happened? You went to another tavern that was actually made out of like a ship, where you found one of the other Vanthampur brothers. I don't remember their names.
Oh my God, Race came up with the plan. We got a song and dance band.
I was like,
Yes.
what if we can... This led into us getting one of the best real estate situations possible. I was like, what if we sneak into the house and kill them all slot-like, because they had a bunch of guards with them at the bar. And then he was like, well, what are you going to do when you get there? And I hadn't thought that far, because once he agreed, I was just like, yeah, we got him. And then I think we said we were like a traveling music group or something of that sort. So it was like the next day we get there, and I don't know if we had camped the night before about what we were going to do. And I don't think we came to any kind of decent conclusion. So as soon as we walked in there, he was just like, you guys aren't talented. I was just seeing what you might do.
That was when you came up with the name of the group, was the Gorgeous
that's
Phoenix
true.
Brigade.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. I was floundering. I was like, we named Gorgeous Phoenix Brigade. And
I do think it's important to remember that this was also when Glubjag bought his dog.
Yeah, Bartram.
Bartram.
yeah.
And the first thing he did with it was force it into a porthole.
He tied his Mastiff, he tied it with a rope and dangled it down and then tried to shove it in a porthole on the boat. And then you got it into the porthole and it was locked in a room inside this ship.
I did.
That was hilarious.
Because it looked like a room of maybe like the owner of this place.
Yeah.
I was like, there could be a lot of cool stuff in there.
I think it was, but there wasn't really much in there.
Right.
But anyways,
I eventually just had to say, I think my dog somehow got in that room.
yeah, it's not
Anyway, that's
focusing.
Tiamat.
From a distance.
That is an old, cool model of Tiamat.
Yep.
Yeah, it's from the miniatures game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mini archers.
it's a dragon with 5.
So then we what did we do then? Where did we go? We went to the mansion
Yeah.
and we fucked them up.
Yeah, we kicked the whole house's ass. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because we let the servants live. I remember that. So we started with I would assume he was like the main brother in charge. So we beat him, and then
He had a devil with him.
he had that invisible imp that was really fucking hard.
There were a few of them.
That's the first time we used the entangle fire combo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so we beat
You
them.
entangled them on their chairs or something?
We went down into the sewer.
Did we go upstairs
Did-
first? I thought we went upstairs and beat up the invalid brother.
The
That
little
was- that was
wimpy
after.
Shrimpy.
Yeah. Oh, was that after?
That was
I thought we
after?
beat up the one who couldn't walk, which sounds terrible. He's a bad person. And he had a devil with him. And then I thought we went to the basement. Am I wrong? Because we got the shield in that basement, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we get the other brother first?
Yeah, the other brother was the one that we made the deal with on the boat.
Yeah. We beat
And then we
him.
burned him up.
We burned
And he
him
was
up.
just on the floor level.
And you put
Yeah.
all those imps to sleep.
Yep.
Oh, no, that sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah.
There were a couple imps that did get away, and you had to fight
Yeah.
them later.
And then we went to the gimp.
That's true.
The gimp.
The animated armor was up there in one of the rooms.
Uh-huh.
That was a tough fight.
We thought that fight was going to be really bad with the sickly brother.
Yeah.
And it was just like we hit him once.
He had like
He was
9 hit points or something.
He's going to have really bad spells. and it's
Yeah.
gonna-
It's like reverse Make-A-Wish. It was just sad.
Like punched him in the face or something. And he fell
That's an
over.
example of an enemy you could have killed with your rapier.
Oh,
You really could have.
the only one. And I don't know if he warned us, but did we talk to like maybe one of the help?
The servants.
So yeah, just trying to be nice. But then we went down to the basement, and that's when we found the old woman in the shield, and we were like, "Where's the owner of the house?" Because we were looking for the mother, right?
Yeah.
And was she down there? I can't remember.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was in
she
that.
was.
She was in that room with the big statue. That's where we got the sword. I forget which sword that was.
Not the Arise chicken, but the other one.
Great White Spark says, don't forget the helmed horror and the ball bearings.
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't an animated suit of armor. It was a helmed horror, which is a very specific and powerful type of animated armor.
Okay.
And yeah, what was that the first time you used the ball bearings against that
I
thing?
believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to pour it inside him.
That's right. Pour the ball bearings inside of his
It's gonna get
helmet.
so heavy. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Is that where we?
No, you used the ball bearings first in the in that place where that woman was taking down in the sewers. She was taking a bath in a coffin full of blood.
We slipped on him.
yeah.
Trying
And there
to
was-
get there.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was such a shit fight. And then there was that tiefling woman that we rescued.
the one that was
Rhea?
hanging on the wall.
Yeah, she was hanging on the wall originally.
Yeah, she was hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
We put her in a coffin or
And then-
sarcophagus.
and that's also where I found the bag of beans inside
Oh,
that
yeah.
old corpse.
You're like digging around in there.
You literally dug around in a corpse and found a bag of beans, which
Yeah.
I was like not expecting you to do, but you did it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So beat
and then
mom?
that's where we found the shield.
You found the shield, and you also found Thavius Krieg,
Yeah.
Yes.
who was the leader of Elturel, the missing city,
The high.
the high priest.
Yeah.
And you found out pretty quickly, he wasn't a very convincing liar, found out pretty quickly that he was a sketchy, bad kind of guy.
But was it Rhea? She thought he was
Yes.
great. Yeah.
Rhea, we totally forgot to even mention her, didn't we?
Yeah, we found her down there too.
No, she was actually at the tavern that was the ship.
Right. Yeah, we brought her with us. We made her a member of the Gorgeous Phoenix. And then when we peed in the mouth of evil, she was like, I don't know.
Yeah, we had to do some convincing to get her to pee in the mouth of evil, but we got her to.
She was
Eventually.
very emotionally unstable.
Then through a series of amazing persuasion rolls, I got Thavius Krieg to follow me.
Oh my
the way
God.
through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yes.
that's where we used the bean the first time. 'Cause
Yeah.
we made the statue that said I was a horrible person and should be attacked.
And it told everyone where you were at all
Right.
times.
But I even got convinced Thavius Krieg to go through that room.
Yeah.
Even though the statue was yelling that I was horrible.
I feel like anybody listening to this is just going to be more confused.
Like, what happened?
It's been a wild ride,
talking
man.
about?
Sounds like you guys were just on mushrooms or something.
Well, what were we fighting in that room originally when I threw the bean?
It was some sort of devil. Oh
checks out.
God, I don't remember. Barbed devil, I want to
Yeah,
say.
sounds right. Spine devil.
What?
I know there was some bearded devils down there too.
Yeah.
And then there was that angel statue. That's where we found the sword, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or is
Inside
it,
the angel statue?
Yep. Yeah, she had some like some glow coming from her eyes.
Yeah.
I think, and you figured out, oh, she must be hollow, and you found a +1 sword that was lit up.
Yeah.
barbed-
Bargrim's Bite.
Bargrim's Bite.
Right.
A barbed devil named Odious and 4 cultists.
Oh,
Oh, that was that down in that area too. That was where Koslow cast spike growth and then was dragging people through it with his whip. Yeah,
that's right.
that was awesome. We really pissed off Emery that day.
Yeah, today was my revenge.
Oh.
I bided my time for a very long time. Okay, what happened?
And then we brought Fabius up into the stables.
Yep.
And you gave him a horse.
oh,
I was going to.
Glubjig was. You were almost gonna let him go.
At this point, I thought Thavius Krieg, the big bad guy in this whole scenario, was gonna just get away.
Yeah, he almost did. And then we were sort of like,
it was
wait,
like really close.
what are we doing?
It's evil, right?
I think my idea was to get him away from anybody that could help him.
Okay.
And then, tie him up, but it was.
But it was like we were just like, let's make sure your getaway is easy as possible, sir. Here you go.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, it was like, okay, you know he's bad, but you don't want him to know that you know he's bad.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pretend like you don't know he's bad, but then you just took it way too far.
Like, here's a horse, now head out and have a good time. It was great to see you.
Oh god.
There, Great White Spark says, especially the clueless gardener who just watched the whole thing. Because we bring Fabius Krieg out in the courtyard, and then we just beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, and then on the map, I was like, "Who's that guy?" He's like, "He's the gardener."
And then Rhea was like, my god, what are you doing to Fabius Krieg?
Yeah, it took a while to convince her.
And then she peed in the mouth of evil.
Yeah.
She found out that he had sold out all of El Terrell and everybody who lived in it and condemned them to hell. So yeah, very bad guy. And you guys killed him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rhea did, I think.
Rhea.
She killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Once she found out what he did, she ended his miserable life. And I think pissed in his mouth. I think that's the first
She
time
did.
she did.
Yeah.
I don't think she.
Only time.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
She went in a room. She wanted to be private.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
she like drugged the
She
body.
privately did it, yeah.
I mean, she's still a lady. I get it. You know.
Yeah. And so at that point, you guys thought the campaign was over, and you were just going to have this
Yeah.
house now, since
It
you
was
had
gonna be
slaughtered
full
all the,
house. Just
killed everybody but the gardener.
Condition.
And so you're like, all right. So you went back to the captain. You said, mission accomplished, Captain of the Flaming Fist, whose name I forget.
Zach. Mr. Zach. Captain Zach.
Zaj. Captain Zaj. What do we get? And he gives you a whole bunch of money, and he basically says, like, you're free to go, but you can't own that house. That house does not belong to you. That's not how the law works here in this city. But if you wanted the house, you would have to talk to Alder Ravengard. Now, he's the guy who runs Baldur's Gate. But unfortunately, he was in Elturel when it got dragged down into hell. So he's like, my hands are tied. You're going to have to literally go to hell to find the guy who could get you this house.
Who can sell you the house.
And when Zaj gave us the money, Bobby, didn't you say that's not enough? We want more. I think you said that then. You made him give us more money.
And then he did, though, didn't he?
No, you got to know your worth, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I just value us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
Plus the renovations on the
Okay, so
house.
is this when we went to Candlekeep?
Yeah, we had to take that book of poetry.
Yeah.
That horrible book of poetry that the Shrimpy Wimpy brother wrote.
Right.
Yep, because the gimpy shrimpy brother had some sort of weird box that you guys couldn't figure out how to open.
Oh, yeah.
So I think you had met also an NPC down in there who had known sort of what that was. He was like a nerdy NPC who had been captured by the Vanthampurs. Totally blanking on their name. But he was like, yeah, that's like an infernal hell puzzle. The only people who could open that are like in Candlekeep. And so you guys went to Candlekeep, gave him that nerd's book, got in.
Well, before
Don't
we
forget about the rutabaga farmer.
the turnip farmer.
Yes.
Because we almost lost the shield during that fight.
Yes.
'Cause
Oh
we
my
didn't-
God.
We didn't know who was going to hold on to it, so we just let no one do it until like they almost stole it.
We
That
didn't
fight
want
was
but
insane.
none of us wanted to
Yeah, 'cause
hold
we
on
were
to the
scared
shield.
of it.
We thought it was evil, and we were right.
yeah, we were right.
We totally called it. It's just the Bobby can handle evil better than us, I guess.
But yeah, this nice turnip farmer just tipped his hat to us along the road and said, "Hello, have a nice day." And then, once they got past us, they were not turnip farmer.
Nope, they were some sort of horrible devil person who flew up into the sky and started like throwing firebolts at you, and then I think a bunch of other minions attacked you guys. And they were all trying to get this shield, this very inconspicuous shield that you had found down in the dungeon beneath the Vanthampur Villa. And at this point, had the shield spoken to you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
It tried to talk to Glubjeg, I think, first. Maybe it was Glubjeg, or was it Koslow?
For some reason, I feel like Koslow, it talked to him because he was like, he had a real bad vibe about it.
Yeah, and then the shield was like,
destroy it.
and then the shield was like, fuck this guy, and then he started talking to Bobby.
And basically right when you found it, it started talking to you, and it was telling you like, hey, you know, these guys want to use me for really terrible things. You got to get me out of here. And you guys were suspicious of it from the very beginning. But you only grew more suspicious as you kept talking to it. And then, it was you guys were attacked by these devils and these cultists and whatnot. They were clearly trying to get the shield from you. Almost succeeded.
But the best part was how easy they thought it was going to be. And they were just waltzing towards the shield. They were just like, wow, that was really easy. And these guys were stupid. And then we just massacred them.
I don't
even remember how we killed them.
There was one point where one of those bandits was literally about to hand it to the devil, and I dashed towards him, and I got it, and I ripped it out of his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like one roll away from losing this shield.
Literally
forever.
like a foot away from,
Yeah.
from
Oh my
the
God.
devil's hand.
'Cause I think that guy could cast plane shift. I'm pretty sure that was his escape plan was like, I'm just going to get the shield and plane shift out of there.
But then I think they took me down, and so then someone else took the shield.
I ended up hiding under our carriage with the shield like a scared child.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, I can't fight and hold it, so I'm under here. And
Mr. Wombo says Koslow turned into an elk and ran 10,000 feet to do an amazing attack and missed.
Oh, that was the elf one.
Yeah, it was a war horse, or it was either a riding horse or a war. I think it was a war horse.
And I remember Jason was
Oh,
sitting
maybe
there.
it was an elk. Yeah, it was an elk.
That time was,
an
an
elk.
elf.
Yeah.
It was a
Jason-
war elk.
Jason was sitting there like through everyone else's turns, like doing math, like
Trying to figure out
sitting
how
there
many feet I could
How
get.
far would I need to go? What kind of creature could I turn into?
I was so excited because I was like,
I could knock him prone.
he's like, I'm fucking this whole shit up.
and then I rolled like a 3. Fucked it all up.
Oh God.
Goodness.
Yeah, it was a war horse, says Great White Spark. It was something with 4
Yeah.
legs that was fast.
Well, we won. We kept the
did.
shield.
Yeah.
The Bobby got it, equipped it.
And they've been best friends ever since.
Oh yeah, we have good conversations. He's fun to chat with when I get lonely.
We made it to Candlekeep.
we did.
Yep.
We had to trade that terrible poem book of just like bad Cure lyrics, and
That's where we met the. Was it an orc? Or a-
that's when we met
ogre.
Lulu. I know that much, right?
Yeah.
Was it
With the band of intellect.
That
Yeah.
was a straight up ogre.
Straight up ogre.
But it
Yeah.
was reading books and it was speaking in complete not even just complete sentences, but like eloquently.
Yeah.
And turns out that they had they had smashed a halfling, like to get like a shiny headband that the halfling had. And once they put it on, they suddenly became intelligent and like self-aware and immediately very regretful of just murdering a poor halfling. And so this ogre had spent just kind of the rest of their life like living non-violently and just reading books in Candlekeep.
Well, then Lulu came over and was like spraying
Gave us that
ale
good
out of her trunk.
She was working as a bartender in the bar in Candlekeep.
And then for like probably 3 or 4 sessions afterwards, like some of us believed that she could just create
I thought she
beer.
just
Yeah, we thought she had like we thought she had a tap inside of her, a beer tap.
And she's like, no, I just suck it up in my trunk and then I serve
I was
it.
like, aw.
Gross.
Well, you're not a magic beer elephant?
Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
this was a mystical universe.
I remember listening to that moment on the podcast, and especially you, Aaron, were so disappointed.
Oh God,
Bobby
yeah.
was like, "What?"
I like how you're like, it's cool to drink the beer that comes out of the magic infinite beer hose elephant, but not cool if I'm drinking it out of the same trunk if it's not infinite and magical. Like,
Yeah, the snot-nosed elephant sucked it into and then poured it into her mugs.
yeah. Anyways, so yeah, you were introduced to Lulu there, but you know, she was just some other background NPC. You didn't realize how important she was until a little bit afterwards. When you take this infernal puzzle box to the person you're there to see, who is a master and a very learned person when it comes to everything related to hell. Also forget her name. She's a very powerful wizard, though. She manages to open up the box and tells you that it contains, what did it have?
It had like a contract with the devil.
Was it the contract?
Yeah.
That had
It
the
explained.
souls,
Yeah,
right?
it explained that El Terrell was sold.
Okay.
That's what it was. Yep. And she you know, once she read that and kind of figured out what it all meant, she said that the only way that you guys could save El Terrell and get the house that you want is to go down into Avernus and somehow bring it back without really any sort of game plan other than here, you know, the barmaid that, you know, you just drank the snot of, she just happens to be familiar with that place and so sent Lulu on this trip with you. Let's see. Oh, Silvira Savicus, says Great White Spark.
That sounds right.
I was kind of surprised that Rhea didn't come with us.
Yeah, well, she can. Like in the book, actually, she usually does. I just kind of didn't really feel like running her anymore.
Yeah,
She seemed a little fragile, especially after
Yeah.
the whole thing with peeing in the mouth of Thavius Krieg.
I think the
Yeah.
pee broke her for sure.
Yeah.
Despite all the guidance she would have been able to give us in hell.
She wouldn't have really been able to do much. Like, she doesn't really know much either. She would have helped all the way up until you guys left El Terrell, because she actually would have stayed on El Terrell to like help the people there.
Sure.
So I just got rid of her a little bit sooner than she
Ow.
would have.
Well, she would have just got crisped anyway in the back of some weird vehicle. She'd come with us.
All of our
Yeah.
friends get baked.
they would have used CRISPR technology.
Yeah, personally, I just kind of hate running NPCs. That's just a thing that I have as a DM. Like, I just don't like having them in combat, and yeah,
Yeah, I get
I
it.
have too much other stuff.
So then we got down into El Terrell,
Yeah.
and
We met a demon right away who kind of taught us the rules, right? 'Cause
yeah,
we made,
about
like, a
making
deal with
deals.
them. Yeah.
There was a woman and her kid.
That's true.
We saved them.
We saved them, and then that's when we met those like 3 dwarves. And then we were gonna like spring that trap on the bridge. It was like you and the dwarf, I think. And then either we took too long or something with the trap, and then she got murdered very quickly.
Yeah.
And then we tried to save the rest of them. And was that before the mummy rot? Wasn't?
That was before.
right. That would have been before because we ended up beating them. Well, I'm lost at this point. Before
We
the
beat
mummy
them
rot.
up. A couple of the dwarf died on the bridge.
Yes.
We went to the temple. That was when we got over the bridge, and that was when
Yeah.
you cast the tiny hut.
We had a fight or two before the bridge too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a building full of undead. I remember
yeah.
fight.
We threw a fight on them, and then
That's where I did the hang down from the roof.
Oh,
and
yeah.
shoot upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the first time my hypnotic pattern worked, or I had just got it. So yeah, okay. And so we beat them.
You found a couple of dwarves. One of whom was a priest,
Oh yeah.
and you offered to sort of help take them to safety, as well as a few children and a mother, because there are some stragglers that had still just not been brave enough to leave their homes, but they eventually would have been killed by undead or devils or something. So you gathered up a little group of refugees and crossed this great bridge that connected the two halves of the city. Normally it would be over water, but instead it was over just a 500-foot plunge into swirling madness of an army of devils and demons fighting each other. So a little bit worse than falling into a river. And as you got to the bridge, you realized that it was being guarded by various flying devils. But was it the dwarvish priest or somebody recognized that the bridge actually had a ward on it?
Yeah, it was the dwarvish priest.
That the bridge had an enchantment, like a holy enchantment, that if activated would repel any sort of evil outsiders. And so you guys got to work trying to activate that ward, which was actually quite challenging.
And it sort of became a game of how long can we hold off these devils so they don't leave the bridge before we can get that thing
exactly.
turned on.
And they were shooting spines at you, and they were actually doing a lot of damage.
I used a gust of wind a couple times.
Yeah.
Pushed them back.
And finally, I think the dwarvish priest activated the ward with Koslow's help.
Yeah.
But then,
Which Mr. Wumbo says Koslow got that dwarf killed by trying to show off to Torm, who ended up failing him.
Yeah, I kept trying to. No, I'll do the prayer for Torm.
Right.
Kept botching it.
Took
Yeah.
about 6 tries.
yeah.
And then the dwarf was annihilated.
Dwarf got sniped immediately by like a crit or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a tragic NPC death akin to Clem. But yeah, you guys crossed the bridge. You made it to the oh fuck, what was the name of the church?
Straight through the head.
Yeah, the cathedral.
The cathedral.
With the Lathander
with all the monster columns.
Yeah. So you make it to the cathedral, which is where all the survivors have sort of gathered. But the upper levels of it were swarming with devils and demons.
We had to get through some hellhounds first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used the rat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Real smart to be like, hey, rats, just go trick those giant hellhounds. And I think it worked for like half a minute.
It did. I mean, you aggroed the hellhounds and they went after the rats, and then you guys sort of came in from behind, which saved you guys getting attacked by the hellhounds a little bit.
And this is where Lulu stuck behind.
Lulu stayed behind to like protect the children and the remaining dwarves. You guys kind of cleared out the whole first floor, made sure everyone was all safe, and then hilariously, I remember Race, you sent a group of rats.
Because we were in trouble. And I was like, I had just seen she had first did that, her horn attack. And I was like, oh shit, we need that. We're in big trouble. So I like took a piece of my clothing and I gave it to these rats like they would know what to do with it. And I was like, take it to Lulu. And then the rats ran and then she just murdered them. Because she was like, what are these rats doing?
Right.
Get away from these children, you evil rats.
What would you do if a horde of rats came charging it?
I was like, she'll know what a piece of my
She'll be like,
cloth looks like. Yeah.
And all the rats are trying to go like, no way!
I wonder if those rats have a message for me.
I could at least wrote something, but no. Just look at the bloody cloth. You'll know what that means.
We're down here in hell, and I bet those rats are friendly.
Oh, that's where you dragged all those giant devil crabs through the...
Oh my god, the
that was a
crabs.
real good move.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah,
many
we got
crabs.
crabs. Yeah, we
Yeah,
caught
those
crabs.
because there was like a ton of them. I was nervous, man.
Yeah,
that where
we were up on the Oregon balcony
That's true.
sniping people?
Yeah. It took me like 80 tries to realize that magic doesn't work against the devil, and I just kept shouting. I was like, hey, you still suck! Nothing. But,
Yeah, I'm gonna miss the spike growth and web combo that we had going.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be rough.
We could really keep enemies at bay.
I could learn spike growth at some point if you want me to.
Yeah, that's
Might
true.
be good.
Oh, yeah.
We went down in we found the big fist of Torm, and we went down in the
Well,
Yeah.
not
Catacombs.
until
Something,
but
right?
first, didn't we? Wait,
yeah.
did we search that whole cathedral?
Yeah. Well,
the
yeah.
altar, right?
Yeah, we found the altar of Torm. There was that dead, dying druid.
Oh,
Then we
yeah.
found it.
Yeah.
There was did we go down first and then come back and search it, or did we search it first?
You didn't search the whole thing first before you went down.
Okay.
But you didn't really find too much up there.
That's right. We
that
didn't search it thoroughly until we had the whole mummy rot issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the mummy rot issue.
Yeah. So after clearing out the first floor, you guys found the sort of secret entrance to the basement, which is where all the survivors were hiding. And so on your way down in there, you came across a room where it was clear that there were a bunch of interred bodies, and you had the option. I presented, I believe, as the DM, presented the option to open up the like coffins or whatever, their sarcophagi.
And Koslow at first said like, no, we can't.
As the voice of reason, we're gonna be in trouble going forward. But yeah, you were like, guys, we shouldn't just open call. And then it was like we got through the first one, and we went through like 9 or 10 of them, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, now you're gonna pay for being idiots. And then the mummy showed up, and then that's when I was like, finally, my time to shine. And I pulled out my rapier. And I just stabbed it in the chest, and then that's when I realized, I was like, oh, there's like no meat here to get stuck.
Let me ask you a question, yet. Have you ever seen the movie The Mummy?
Yeah,
with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, that came out with like 99.
Yeah.
I was I just remember that was like a cute British woman, I think. I was like 11, so I don't really remember it that well.
You didn't take the fact that stabbing mummies doesn't really work.
No,
too well from
I remember the second one with The Rock a lot better because like he turned into a scorpion and that was like real dope.
Yeah,
but nah, man, I should have. And then I don't know, how did you get hit? Because I got hit first, I thought, because I was stupid. Oh, did you try to save me, Koslow?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Glubjag immediately ran away to an adjacent room. Bobby actually got paralyzed.
Yeah, I was neutralized immediately.
Yeah. The mummy just kept like terrifying him.
Yeah, everybody, like literally everyone ran away. And I don't think Race did. I think Race just got immediately like
he got stuck in
fucked by the mummy. And then and so I was the only one left standing there, and I was just like, "Ugh," and I looked at the mummy and just froze permanently.
I left to regroup.
Yeah, I backed off and I was like, oh shit, and then I came back in.
Yeah,
and that's when we discovered
Mummy
they'll
rot.
just burn up. Like all you have to do is touch a match to them. And
they are vulnerable to fire. Very few hit points too. But
that's the worst though.
It managed to infect Koslow with mummy rot and Race with mummy rot, which slowly over the course of the next few weeks was going to kill them.
Yeah.
Well, Race almost died. Mr. Wumbo says, Race was at 2 death saving throws.
Yeah.
That he had failed, and he was 1 roll away.
Yeah.
And you made it.
Yeah, incredible. We've had some really close calls on this podcast.
Yeah, actually, there's been so many close calls. The fact that finally one of us died is truly miraculous.
And honestly, in a way that we really didn't see coming.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah.
we're about to die.
No, it didn't.
Usually we know.
It felt like we weren't even. It felt like you guys were totally good to go.
I'll be honest, I was like, yeah, we did it again. And
Wow. So after you guys got that mummy rot, you guys found a tomb of the forgotten soldier, which there's this great sword on essentially like another sort of sarcophagus or coffin or whatever. And you guys made your knowledge checks and found out like, oh, this is a soldier who at some point faced off against a demon. And she was actually just like a regular villager, like totally unremarkable person. But then a demon threatened her village, and she grabbed this greatsword, totally unremarkable greatsword, and was possessed by the spirit of Torm, and basically killed this demon like by herself, a feat that nobody could have possibly accomplished. But in the process of doing so, died herself, and nobody knew like who she was or like what her deal was. But they buried her here, and this greatsword is supposedly connected to Torm in some way. So you're like, oh, that's cool. And then your evil shield told you to destroy it.
Yeah, he did not like that sword.
Yeah,
Jealous, I
Glubjag
guess.
was like, nah, I think I'll keep it.
Yeah, he didn't want you to get close to that sword.
We had to stay
and
20
yet I
feet
did.
apart, right? Remember that?
Yeah, for a while,
For
but
a while.
then they got used to each other.
Well, then I
something.
pulled that stunt. I actually put the sword back, but pretended I still had it and ran at you
Yeah, that's right.
to see
my
what
God.
the shield would do.
Just
Yeah,
Just
the three of us are
tempt
very
fate.
impulsive without Koslow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
Well, hopefully we'll
I'll
meet
be
a
meeting
new
them
friend.
soon, I'm sure.
We'll meet a
but-
new friend who'll be smart.
And then we met the other people down there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a group of like 100 or so survivors from El Terrell. They didn't really have much of a leader down there because Alder Ravengard had taken his best knights to go and deal with the undead threat, because there, being a big cathedral, there was a graveyard nearby, and when you're in hell, that's not a great thing to be living next to, because some necromancer had come down there and started raising all the bodies into zombies and skeletons. So they went over there to deal with that, but they left an exorcist in charge, a young woman, one of the few remaining priests that was alive, and she kind of let you rest. She told you where to find Alder Ravengard, but she was concerned because he had been gone for quite some time. And it's not a very far away graveyard. So she also said that, she cured your mummy rot, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
She
could only
And
pick one,
yeah.
and Koslow said, "Give it to Race."
Yeah.
she had a scroll of greater restoration or something like that. Or remove curse. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Scroll of remove curse. Used it on Race. And then you guys went to the graveyard through the secret tunnel, where you ran into a bunch of spirits, specters and things like that messed you up a little bit.
Yeah.
The skeletons, the Minotaur skeletons.
They were a whole bag of ass, for sure.
Entire bag of ass. You found a mysterious hole that just had purple smoke coming out of it.
And then is that when Koslow had the brilliant idea to just moonbeam it without
Yes.
questioning?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just threw a moonbeam into the evil
like,
hole.
fuck this.
Yeah.
You killed like all the zombies and shit. They were crawling their way out of it. That was pretty brilliant.
Oh, and that's when we found Gideon's diary.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, so you found out that Gideon Lightword, a former priest of Lathander, I think, had sort of gone a little bit insane in his time here. He hated demons specifically. He hated the chaotic evil demons so much that he actually was willing to make a deal with Zariel, the Archduke of Hell, of Avernus, and she turned him into an undead and gave him all sorts of powers specifically to fight demons. And he saw nothing wrong with that. That's how crazy he was. So he was the one who had been raising all the undead, not necessarily to fuck with the humans that were there, although they were still doing that. He had mostly raised the undead to help fight the demons. So you guys managed to encounter him and not kill him, although it was a clusterfuck of a fight.
It really was.
Based on one curtain being ripped aside briefly
Yes.
for a peek.
Yep. And found out that you guys were sort of on the same side. And he told you that the guys you were looking for were downstairs. You went even deeper in, and that's where you found Alder Ravengard, who was locked in mental combat with some sort of evil demonic force, and literally the god Torm on the other side. We're kind of at war because of the holy helmet that he had put on to try to what was he using the helm of Torm's sight for? I think he was just trying to ask Torm like for guidance on how the hell to get out of El Terrell, is what he was doing that for. But anyways, a portal had opened up. Demons were pouring forth. You guys fought the demons. You actually kicked their asses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was. I think that was our best combat ever.
Yeah, it was like
Strategically.
infernal minotaurs or something, wasn't it?
Yup.
Yeah.
And we just lined them up in a hallway and just fucking
Yeah. Ball bearings down.
yeah.
We had a
Race had his
anime
armoire.
robe. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We really killed that
We
one.
had some decent fights.
We did.
Yep. And it was important you did that too, because like they're saying, Koslow had very few hit points left, and he
Yeah, like
couldn't
10
regain
or
them.
9 or something. I couldn't heal.
Yeah. You grabbed Alder Ravengard. He was still sort of like paralyzed by this thing happening with him, and so you took him to the exorcist, and she said, I can do an exorcism, but it's going to be dangerous. So you guys prepared for that, and I listened to that podcast the other day, and you guys spent so long preparing for that exorcism. It was
Oh yeah, DeBobby built a tiny little shit shack, and Glubjig made a zip line.
And we went and played the organ that would have murdered us all if we had done it before we got in there.
But everybody was terrified to hold the sword against Older Ravengard. You guys, they had to, in order to do the exorcism, they had to take an object that represented self-sacrifice, and that's what that great sword was for, of the hidden or the unknown soldier. And that's why the shield had wanted you to destroy it, because it knew, this kind of stuff. But anyways,
It knew that sword was really hard to hold on to. Like, how could you possibly hold on to a sword?
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to make a giant hand. We were so scared.
You guys are terrified of that.
Dude.
Well, Glubjig's not exactly a
Justifiably.
self-sacrificer either.
But you guys did.
Really?
You did settle on Race animating a stone hand, which would then hold the sword against Older Ravengard while the exorcism was taking place. And you guys realized that basically every round, whatever was holding that sword was going to take a whole bunch of damage. And the hand was starting to break apart, and DeBobby was like, I'm just going to hold on to it. And there was a little bit of a debate about, like, what if I just don't hold on to it and I just wait for the hand to get destroyed and then I'll catch it real fast. And I was like, that's not going to work, but I guess I'll let you make a dex save. If you really want to go that route, I'll let you make a dex save. But if you fail it, it'll be bad. And then he was... you guys decided to tie a rope around it, and as if the rope would be immune to damage.
That whole session was just the helmet, right? Like, goodness.
Yeah, it was just constant fucking up.
But what if we just do it this way?
And I had like my 9 hit points. Or whatever. I was just in a different part of the room.
We were all in a weird place mentally at that point.
Yeah,
that was a
up
tough
on
one.
my zip line.
Yeah.
The dumbest thing was that the book doesn't account for if the players fail at this at all. It just it doesn't say anything.
Like, who would fail at holding
Like,
a sword?
who would try to cast web on a sword? To hold it on?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought about that. So I just decided that it would summon like a very powerful demon, like a challenge rating equivalent demon to you guys, and it was a pain in the ass. The thing hit like a truck.
Oh my gosh.
But you guys still managed to beat it, and you exorcised the helm off of Ravengard, and he thanked you guys. He said he would do whatever he could when he got back to Baldur's Gate to help you get that property, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done.
Mr. Wumbo says Glubjig setting up his canopy in the upper bowels of the cathedral with zip lines took like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it did. And it didn't end up mattering at all.
No reason.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, the will-o-wisps that appeared too, like they all just died instantly. You just murdered them too.
The Balgura was the demon.
Oh, yeah.
Barbara, yeah.
And then I got cured of my mummy rot. Koslow did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You were miraculously cured of your mummy rot by Torm, presumably.
Yeah.
I don't want to give him too much credit.
You certainly weren't cured of it by the Shield, who had been basically telling DeBobby every chance that it could that this was not going to work. Koslow was going to die. He should let the Shield cure the mummy rot, because if he doesn't, then Koslow is just going to die. Turns out that he wasn't correct, that Torm did cure the mummy rot. Or was he correct? Because Koslow ended up dying not that long later. I forget what happened at that point. Did Lulu get some of her memories back?
Yeah.
Okay, so that whole exorcism event, and she got some of her memories back. She started remembering that there are some birdmen. She remembered these birdmen out in the desert, and she even remembered a rough direction of where to go. And so you guys said goodbye to everybody. You gathered up all your things, and you figured out a really cool and clever way to get off of Elturel, the floating city that beneath it was like these armies of devils and demons fighting. And so you couldn't just like slow fall down or feather fall down.
Yeah, didn't we? I wanted to make like a bench at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, let's.
And there's a wagon.
There was like, it was a wagon, and then there was like a parasail, right?
Yeah, it was all you. You just
Yeah.
created a parasail out of nothing with your magic, and then you animated like a carriage that you found, and which allowed it to fly. So between those two things,
And somebody was gonna climb down at first, but it was like we decided they would get really hurt doing it.
yeah, you could also climb down the massive black chains that are holding El Terrell and dragging
That
it
was
down.
my original thought, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we forgot my new weapon.
Oh yeah, when we prayed at the Lathander window,
Yeah.
and everyone got a nice present except for to Bobby because he sucks.
I didn't get anything bad though.
No, you just
It
didn't
was
get any.
pleasant.
You didn't get
I got
anything.
was enjoyable.
Morning's shaft.
That's right.
I didn't need anything anyway.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you prayed at the glass, the stained glass window of Lathander, and it's like, it gives the player who does that like a +1 weapon.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's lame. +1. So we had a cool like contest essentially where audience members could like submit their own ideas for weapons, and it was like a +2 equivalent weapon.
And we combined their ideas.
Yeah, we combined like 3 ideas into one thing. It was pretty cool. And then we're getting really close to being caught up here. You guys traveled the desert for about a day before you ran into the place that Lulu said is the correct place. Turned out to be this massive like scrap heap that was run by a night hag called Mad Maggie.
Knuckle bones.
Fort Knuckle Bones, thank you. And she had like an army of red caps and mad caps, which are tiny little fey gnomes that are insane and
Bizarrely strong.
very strong.
They'd be really good at soccer.
Got one of them murdered because we told the other one she crocheted or something, right?
Yeah, we found his secret.
Oh, poor guy.
His secret creations behind the outhouse.
Yeah, so you guys,
They beat the shit out of him and killed him.
you wanted to sort of make everybody happy there so they would help you. And to do that, yes, you did have to inadvertently or advertently cause the death of many redcaps. You also helped out a floating skull who was missing its tooth, which had been stolen by Madcap.
Taught some birdmen new words, I believe.
Yep, you taught the birdmen some words, the ones that Lulu had remembered.
Yeah, some new phrases.
Yes.
You also helped them fix an infernal war
Can
machine.
you hand me that gourd over there? On the table?
Yeah, they're going to use that constantly now. And you even helped Mickey.
Yeah.
The limping flesh golem.
the Mickey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, you helped him get the like bone devil's femur out of his foot or whatever the hell. He had some spike in his foot.
Oh, Artemis Davros said we forgot to mention Lulu blasting all those demons.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she did blow the crap out of a bunch of things.
Didn't she like roll miraculously and just like murdered them all?
She used her like
Sparkle.
radiant damage blast that she can only do like 3 times a day. She like used them all on the same group of demons like in a row and destroyed like half of the enemies you guys had to fight.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty clutch, Lulu.
Race did get his dick licked. Yes, in order to even get inside of Fort Knucklebones, the Madcaps said that you had to lick his dick.
And we just believe them. Like, we never really have a lot of follow-up questions. We're just like, all right, cool.
They did let you in. They were so impressed.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, once you had sort of like made everybody happy at Fort Knucklebones, Mad Maggie was like, all right, I will help you. If you help me with this one thing, I'm going to put Lulu into a dream, and you guys are going to kind of inception into her dream and experience her memories. And then Mad Maggie would be able to like witness these memories. It turns out that she's obsessed with Zariel. And Lulu was a former ally of Zariel. In fact, like a very, very close ally. And she's lost all her memories, so she doesn't remember much about it. But yeah, Lulu was very close to Zariel. And so you guys go into the dream. You kind of see things pertaining to her story, how she goes into hell as a solar with like all these knights and whatnot. She gets betrayed. There's like all sorts of weird symbolism with like this sea of like black goo that you guys are sinking into, and
Yeah, that was rough.
some of you didn't make it. Like,
Yeah, we got knocked unconscious, me and the Bobby.
I Misty stepped out of it.
yeah,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I tried to like monkey jump and just like tripped into it and passed out.
turns out if you die in the dream, you don't die in real life, but you go to 0 hit points and are unconscious.
Yeah.
But enough of you made it that she was able to witness the final part of the dream, which was Lulu remembering where to go next. And she saw this fortress that had sprung up around Zariel's sword. And she remembered, oh, yes, back when Zariel was still an angel, I remember me and someone else, we got her sword and we took it and we brought it somewhere, and then we used all of our magic to create a fortress around it to protect it. And so she's like, and it's in that direction. I know it's in that direction. So Mad Maggie was very happy with you guys showing her all this. And so she gave you these 2 amazing infernal war machines, and also offered to, she added a harpoon to one of them. You guys had to sort of like sweet talk her into that one. She invited you into her hoarder hut, which was very gross. And what else? Anything else important?
We were haggling with her to try to get a silvered weapon and a harpoon launcher and 2 vehicles, Mr. Wumbo says.
That's right. That's right. You did end up buying the silver glaive, which may end up going to Jason's new character. We'll see. But after you guys headed out from there, you were attacked by a ramshackle group of werebores on their own war machine that made your war machine look like a little child's like truck.
Not for long.
Yeah, it was gigantic, right? How big was that thing?
It was like gargantuan. It was like it dwarfed your.
It was like 4 times bigger, or 5 times bigger.
Well,
Something like
originally
that.
it was.
Some modifications.
And then what happened, Emery?
Well, I was all prepared for like a 2-hour-long chase scene, right? Where we could get real in depth with the chase rules, and then like by the end of it, you guys like crash, and then you have like a big melee where you're fighting all the werebores and everything. Instead, Dababi cast Shrink Object on their vehicle, and I couldn't find any rules to state that wouldn't work. So he shrunk down their fucking vehicle, which crushed all of them.
Which was genius.
So
Fucking.
And then they like had a poor roll and they hit a bump and then they ended up.
He immediately flipped over and landed upside down, and you guys drove off into the sunset.
Yeah. It really turned from Mad Max to a Warner Brothers cartoon.
Yeah. Then we found our way to Hariman's Hill.
Yep. Then you went to Hariman's Hill, and that's where Lulu thought this fortress was going to be. But it turns out it was just this creepy hill that had all these trees made out of twisted iron with people impaled on the branches. And when you looked, it actually had their names on like signposts that had talked about what their sins were. And it turns out that these were all knights who had accompanied Zariel into Avernus way back in the day, and they had all betrayed her in some way. And as you reached the summit of the hill, you found the largest tree of all had an elf impaled onto it, a very pale elf, who turns out was actually a vampire. And there were all these sturges, these blood-sucking flying monsters about the size of a rat that had been sucking the blood out of all of these victims on these trees. They weren't dead, by the way. They were all just being tortured constantly. Anyways, these sturges were sucking their blood and then bringing the blood to this elf and injecting it into him because he was a vampire. So they were keeping him alive by doing that. But anyways, you guys pulled him off the tree after much debate. And he said thank you as his body sort of dissolved into ash and dust, and you guys sort of freed his spirit. But then unfortunately, Hariman, the lieutenant of Zariel, very powerful devil, arrived from the skies like a bolt of lightning and started chasing after you. And right around that time, Lulu, the poor Hollyphant, who was very confused because she's like, this isn't the place I thought it was at all. She got abducted by a hell wasp who then was flying her to God knows where. And so you guys made the split second decision of Race turning into a giant eagle and chasing after her, whereas the rest of you piled into your vehicles and tried to escape the horrible Hariman. And then this episode happened. So
Yeah.
And then we almost made it. We were on the very last roll.
Yes.
Before we got out of Hariman's area where he was going to stop. He literally stopped dead in his tracks. Koslow turns to Glubjig. Hey, we made it. And then fire tornado hits him with 91 damage. And he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case you just joined us, Koslow is
no
dead.
more.
Yep.
He's crispy.
that guy we were
Crispy
talking about
bikini.
this whole time, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
All those close calls he had, well, this one was too close.
A little too close to comfort.
Yep. It's sad, really.
But we will take him back to the top, carry him in a bucket until we reach our new home. That is a guarantee.
I think he knew. I think he knew when he came to hell
Yeah.
that it was not gonna end well for him.
Now he's with his beloved Torm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he though?
I don't know.
Torm's
Well,
probably.
if we get his body out of hell,
He probably he probably went to wherever Torm is, and Torm just ignored him.
He's just
Oh damn!
He's like
It's
knocking
just-
on the
Throw
door.
it in my
Torm,
hands.
let me in.
He's muttering what he thinks are prayers. He's pleading.
And Torm's just, like calling the police and like, there's some dude at my door. Can you just get him out of
I
here?
think he's Russian, but I'm not sure.
some
Sounds
sort of Eastern European.
vaguely Russian. Could be.
Keep saying he
German.
worships me. It's really creepy.
I've never met him in my life.
So, all right.
I think I gave him a gift once, but not on purpose.
Should we do the giveaway?
Yeah, the
Okay.
giveaway. What are we giving away, Jason? What are you
We're
talking about?
Giving away a rated RPG soul coin.
Now, this soul coin pictured here is not the official rated RPG soul coin, which will have the rated RPG logo right on the back of it.
Yeah, and it contains one human soul.
It does.
Each one
Contains
does.
one human soul. It's got this. This is the same. This part's the same. This part has the rated RPG logo, and some of them will be painted if you wish them to be later. I don't think the one we're sending out right now will be painted.
Isn't it Koslow's soul?
It could be.
Oh, it's Koslow's soul. Tonight, for one patron, Koslow's soul in a soul coin.
Oh, this is awful. I feel horrible
know,
for doing this
right?
to
I'm
Koslow.
gonna throw this to you, and you can put it up in front of your webcam. Okay.
So every one of our patrons, they get one entry into the drawing at the $5 level, or at the $15 patron level, 3 entries into the drawing. So I counted up all of our patrons, figured out what that number is going to be, and I'll count from the bottom on up. And I'm just going to roll a random number, and here we go. All right, there it is. Aaron sees it. It's a 13. So I'm going to count 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And our winner
the winner
is
is
Danny Bell.
You receive one Koslow soul in the mail. Kay is going to paint some of them. She says it right now in chat. Kay, can you send Danny Bell one of our wonderful rated RPG soul coin?
And then we have another soul coin to give away. And anyone who donated for shots or whatever during the stream tonight would be entered in for that drawing.
Well, that's 2 people.
Yeah, it is.
You want to roll a random?
Sure. I don't know how many. I don't.
Number
you're kind
generator?
of in charge of that. I don't.
It
have
will
access
be
to that.
either Jerry Vite or Random Guy.
All right. So Jerry Vite will be 1.
All
and
right.
Random guy will be 2.
Works for me.
So I'll give a 1 or a 2. Here we go. Actually, flip the soul coin.
Flip the soul
Flip
coin.
the dang
I don't
soul.
want to flip a. What if it breaks? What if I
won't.
break it?
It'll be fine.
It won't break.
So heads, it's Jerry. Tails, it's Random.
Here we
guy.
go. Here we go.
Is heads the skull?
Yes.
Okay.
Clearly.
All right.
What do you got?
I think it's tails.
It's Tails.
Looks
It's
like
Random
Tails,
guy.
Random guy.
Random guy. Thank you very much.
yeah, random.
Well, this evening didn't turn out exactly how I thought it would, but it turned out nice. I'm at peace with it. I think it's the first character I've ever had that's died in game. Because except for the first one, you know, but that was like 1994 or 93 or something.
Right.
So it doesn't count.
That's back when DMs liked to kill you all the time.
Yeah, and I think it was like we played one session.
Yeah.
And it just fell apart. You know, we turned into murder hobos, and like an hour and a half in, we were all dead. I found something interesting. My very first DM, Bill, Bossa Nova Bill, is one of our patrons, and he's in the chat and stuff. And he told me the other day. He said, "Hey, you know, I remembered the third guy that was playing with us, the third player, and now I can't remember his first name, but he owns Misty Mountain Games.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I had no idea. I've been there a bunch of times here in town, Misty Mountain Games store.
Okay.
I'm sure Bill, if he's still at Brian at Misty Mountain. And so I was like, "You're kidding me."
That's
I
awesome.
played D&D with him my very first game.
Wow.
And then I ended up going into that store 1,000 times when I lived in Madison.
Yep.
And
Awesome.
never put two and two together, and neither did he.
That's crazy.
That's how not memorable that game was, I guess, for me.
Oh
Do
man.
we get any sneak peeks of your new character?
I don't know. You know, I have a really good idea that I really kind of developed, and I put a lot of thought into it. I may go back and retweak it a little bit, but I will tell you, unless I really decide to go in a different direction, it's a paladin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool. That's awesome. Have you put much thought? And you don't have to spill any secrets about it. But have you put any thoughts of why your paladin is in Avernus?
I think maybe he was a Hell Rider. Mm-hmm. And
That could work.
And that perhaps that silvered glaive is his.
Oh, interesting. I like that idea.
Are you gonna reveal his name? Because
Reginald Hamstone.
that's a little preview of the new character that Jason will be playing.
Excuse me.
Some Rolf suggestions. You should name your character Albie Truntles.
Oh man! Right out of the chute, you got like a better name. My name is Albert Trundle.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Rated RPG.
We'll see you soon.
End of an era.
GSP will be back streaming again on Tuesday next week. And watch for the 7 Days to Die season finale on Sunday.
Uh-huh.
And for patrons, more Honey Pop coming soon.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
See yas.
Bye. Ardens Davros gifted 2 tier 1 subs right at the end.
Hey! Thanks, Davros.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.